their education, encouraging young CS into investigation, skill set, deliverables, and social growth. Working to empower women CS to gear up as a training and development managers in CA firm. As we know, as we all know, he is the currently secretary of the WRC for the current term, but he is also chairman of Digital Accounting and Assurance Board, chairman of Career Counseling Committee, vice chairman of Executive Committee, Editorial Committee, and MCS Coordination Committee. So, friends, this is our actually fortune that Arpit sir is present with us virtually for the session. So, I will request Arpit sir to please take the charge and guide us on the topic. Over to you, Arpit sir.
Thank you everyone. Good evening and a warm welcome to this wonderful session. कहते हैं ना, जो भी शुरुआत करो एक जोरदार लेवल पे शुरुआत करो. So I just want to make a prayer. ओम भूर्भुवस्सुः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्. इस प्रार्थना से हम शुरुआत करते हैं कि काश आज, क्योंकि आप सब लोग अपना टाइम आज डाल रहे हो, you are putting in your time. Two things you can do. One, invest your time. Second, waste your time. I really hope this opportunity becomes an investment and somewhere you are able to take away something with you today to ensure, if not immediate results, but at least a thought process in a direction that really what are we doing? Are we justifying our capability, our talent, our skill sets, and most importantly, our time? You know, so thank you, Vicky, for a wonderful introduction. Prashant bhai, always, you know, the way you set up the entire platform, the warmth, it really looks like, you know, we are there right in Jalgaon maybe, and with Sunilji's background, it really feels that yes, now we are breathing oxygen also. So Amravati, Jalgaon both have been a fantastic branch. The work that you all are doing is amazing, really. Organizing this webinar is not an easy task because we spoke about it almost like what, some time ago. Then again we recalculated, reconciled, sir, ye time, and today we just launched DTRC, where the Honorable President of ITAT Mumbai was there with us, and that has been done, and immediately it's, you know, switching in and out. So I think a lot goes into this. Not all of us realize this, but yes, this is an absolute different talent, different skill set that we are now utilizing. And before we could begin, so much that we were talking about, one thing, you know, as Prashant bhai mentioned, oxygen पे हम लोग ने खर्चा किया है. Believe me, all of us don't even breathe right, क्योंकि वो free है. It is subconsciously happening. As Vicky read that I'm an avid, I'm passionate meditation guy. So I'm an Art of Living follower, and you know, Guruji Hamesha, Ravi Shankar ji always says one thing, that very soon there will be only two kind of people: one who do meditation, the others who don't. There's no other category. So believe me, this was way back in 2009 when he used to tell us this, when I became a student and when I started doing this meditation. Today we are seeing that time, people who are really not able to use oxygen, or people who are not able to really, after recovery of COVID also, we are seeing so much of fatalities. All of that is pointing out to only one thing, that enough, अब ध्यान दो, सांस जो फ्री में मिली आपको, उसको ऐसे ही मत लो, मतलब don't take it for granted. You know, that is what is very important. All right, so let me just share my screen today, my presentation.
Visible, sir?
Yes, it's visible.
All right.
Yeah, sir.
So, all right, this is the theme for today: more and beyond compliances for chartered accountants. So something that, you know, Prashant ji has already set up the tone, the GST audits and all. But I'm saying, take any audits today, take any engagement today. Believe me, how much do you think is it really worth a chartered accountant's job? You know, when you talk about vouching, when you talk about verification, when you talk about finalizing, when you talk about even reconciliation, you know, we are putting ourselves to job only because of one fear कि कुछ गड़बड़ ना हो जाए, कोई गलती ना हो जाए. And believe me, are you sure after signing you can say कि नहीं, हमसे कुछ गलती नहीं हुई है? You know, we always say examples of test check, materiality. We take so many things, and after all, it is an opinion. with IBC, with insolvency bankruptcy, an entire different paradigm, a different horizon, and different views altogether about how the industry works, about how things should be in real sense, has come to the forefront. Everywhere now, earlier, whatever that you do, you would have one or the other mechanism to revive your company back or to revive your organization back and get into the business and continue it the way you want to it. But today, one of the biggest houses of India, the Ruyas, SR Steel, जो उनका जज्बात, जो उनका वजूद, जो उनका सब कुछ, जिसके बेसिस पे बाकी सारा बिजनेस चल रहा था, that has been taken away, given to ArcelorMittal. This is a big statement for all of us. मैं तो ये बड़े asset की बात कर रहा हूँ. There are so many assets, there are so many companies, so many promoters who have been thrown out of their own companies and given a running project, a running surviving company has been given to some others at a throwaway price. Throwaway मतलब ₹1 पे 10 पैसा. That is the discount that is being offered. जो हम e-commerce में sale बोलते हैं, that IBC has brought in real business, in real sense. Today, if you were to set up a steel plant, earlier, anytime if you were to talk about a capacity or something, we used to talk about, say, a 2 crore investment for per metric ton of production. Today, all you have to do is approach a chartered accountant, approach an insolvency consultant, approach a bank, ask them, sir, koi steel industry kahin par bhi available hai kya? You talk about any place and you will find one steel asset. अब आप उसका जाके assets देख लो, उसकी machines देख लो, उसका plant देख लो, उसके vendors देख लो और उसका supply chain mechanism देख लो. If it fits you, if it suits you, offer a price and that company is yours. A running employee, full of employees, सारे contracts है, सब कुछ है, it is available. Power generation, it is available. You talk about any other small other manufacturing fabrication unit, that is available. So friends, we are in a time that things are going much beyond compliances for chartered accounting. So that is why we have chosen this as a topic. And believe me, if I can request, we have a poll that we have launched. So first question, if I can request someone, Prashant ji, if you can launch a poll outright.
Just a minute, sir. I'm launching it right now. Yes, it is launched, sir.
How many CAs believe compliance practice is too time consuming? So please give an answer honestly, because this will set the tone for the second answer and then the third answer. So while this is being set up, I request all of you to please try and answer these questions.
I request all the members to please answer the question. Yeah.
Also, it is very important for all of us to understand one thing, that these kind of technologies make us engaging. I think Prashant, I think we have set up everything in one poll only. So therefore,
they are answering all the questions. Sir.
Okay. So it may take a little bit more time. So let me read out the questions for you. These were supposed to come maybe gradually, but anyways, if it is now, we'll set up a tone for this. Man hour revenue, इसका मतलब ये है कि आप सोचो, आप जब 1 घंटा काम करते हो, आपका revenue कितना है, और how many hours of work have you put in? So especially in lockdown, this would have been very easy to calculate also, because limited time that we have gone. And I don't know if we capture timesheets or not, but as an individual, professional or a practicing or a owner of a partnership firm or a proprietorship firm, one thing we should start doing is start calculating our time that we put in. Anything when given in numbers, anything which when given in black and white will make a lot of sense to all of us. Believe me, we stay away from that. Be it income tax submissions, be it any report, be it any statistics, be it a very casual statement कि अरे वो तो insolvent हो गया, वो ये हो गया, या whatever. Until unless it is written in black and white, we cannot trust it. So therefore, if you can start calculating your time in black and white and see a result, believe me, you will be shocked as to what are we doing as a chartered accountant. And in lockdown, believe me, it has been a blessing for all of us that we can really sit back, think about all of these issues, and then take a decision, informed decision. How many believe as CAs we can learn and do new things while continue doing the existing thing? Now, people who have answered the first question as yes, that compliance practice is too consuming, I am afraid to understand how can you then answer for the third question as yes?
Yes. Right.
So, anyways, what is more important? Oh, getting business is actually an answer. Prashant ji, I think वो question
गलत हो गया है sir.
तो ठीक है. So these are the three aspects that I wanted to. So in next phase, we wanted to check with each one of you. Business लाना important है, executing and engagement important है, या final जो deliverable है उसको present करना, उसको बताना is important. 50-50 दिख रहा है, executing and deliverable. Getting business, I don't know कितना लोगों को लग रहा है, because this will help me give you a feedback on really are you keen to become a part of a company, or you can make someone else part of your firm. Networking guidelines are out, my friends. Believe me, very important landmark development, I would say, in CA profession is this networking guidelines. It will help a lot. And, as you said, how many of us are ready to join network of CAs? 90% are saying yes. 36 people, okay. And how you think you can contribute to networking? Look at this. 37 people are saying कि हम connect कर सकते हैं, licensing कर सकते हैं. And very interesting, 44% are saying execution. Capital, ठीक है. Manpower, okay. Now this will show a mindset of a CA firm to join a network, or whether they want to be dependent on a network, or whether really they want to participate in a network. Okay, no problem.
Sir, 45% voting हुआ sir अभी तक.
Right, no problem. I think वो सारा एक साथ हो जाएगा ना, तो probably people will not be able to think also.
Yes, yes.
So ठीक है. I mean, we could have taken it one question at a time. ठीक है. So I think 5 minutes are done.
Yeah.
We spend enough time, so that's okay. We can stop the polling.
Yes, sir. Shall I end the poll, sir?
Yeah. Let's end the poll.
Okay.
45% have voted. That's great.
Okay.
So you can keep these results with you. अपन जब चाहिए होगा ना, we'll recreate these results and see what is the impact or what is the actual analysis of these results.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right. So anyone in the audience know who's this personality? I don't know if I've already created this here or not. Someone who you can see. Let's chat also, people. It'll be happy if we can,
Sir, I have shared the result also.
बाद में बात के लिए रखें.
Yes,
ठीक
sir.
है, no problem. Okay.
Stop.
I've seen that. You're taking a screenshot. Yes. Thank you. Anyone who knows who is this person? This character that we see? Bhushan ji, right? The Incredibles. But इसका नाम क्या है character का? You're right. The character is from the series of Incredibles. Come on, आप लोग. Boss baby, no. Shubham Gupta, no. Come on. Friends, please. Let's chat. Let's take some time off. I'm sure आप लोग सब busy तो होंगे. But अभी आप लोग आए हो, decide कर रहे हो ये attend करना है session. So I want to make it. Vicky Villa, Jack. Bhushan, right? Great. All right. That's the correct answer. Okay. Now this personality, why have I chosen this personality today is because this personality was 2 years back, maybe not 3 years back, maybe. He was launched as the newest character of Incredibles. I am saying, think or imagine the potential of a human mind. हम लोग जो सोचते हैं वो कैसे हो जाता है वो आप देखिए. जब ये जैक आया था ना, तब लोगों ने सोचा था, तब उस समय मूवीज में बताया गया था कि जैक के पास पावर्स होगी, बहुत गजब पावर्स थी. He can walk through the walls, he can change his size, he can become dangerous, he can whatnot. I'll show you this. He could multiply himself, he could become a demon, he could dimension hop, टेलीकिनेसिस मतलब सोचा और वहां पर पहुंच गया. He could walk through walls. These were some of the powers that he had. Believe me, आज मुझे बता दो, क्या आज हम सबके पास ये powers नहीं है? I have hopped in dimension. आज इस छोटे से बॉक्स से बड़े से any end, जितना बड़ा स्क्रीन, जितना बड़ा मेरा रहेगा, आप लोगों को उतना दिखेगा. जो आज मोबाइल में देख रहे हैं शायद मैं छोटा दिख रहा हूँ, चाहे वो ब्राउज करके देख रहे होंगे. So I can get into any dimension that I want, be it circle, be it any shape. I can multiply myself immediately. अभी मैं एक और गैजेट से लॉन्च करूँ अपने आपको, तो I'll be there 2 places in the same webinar. I can have 2. I can start typing from one place. I can do interaction. Walking through walls, telekinesis. मैंने आज जस्ट सोचा कि मैं प्रशांत जी के सामने जाके बैठूंगा और सामने बैठ गया. राजेश जी के मेरे को दर्शन हो जाएंगे आज. देखो सामने उनके साथ बैठ गया मैं कि सर हम लोग बात कर सकते हैं, और आज बात भी हो गई. सुनील जी आज शादी में है कहीं पर बाहर. Look at his commitment that he has still made sure that he is attending this seminar, because commitment, CA is always committed always. फिर भी आज मैं उनके साथ भी शादी का मजा ले सकता हूँ. So I can really do the telekinesis. I can walk through walls. I don't have to knock any of your. विकी के ऑफिस में चेंबर में ऐसे घुस गया हूँ. So look at this power. जो सोचा था आज एक छोटे से कोरोना वायरस ने, एक छोटे से वायरस इनटेंजिबल है, उसने हमारे लिए क्रिएट कर दिया ये. Believe me, what all can we do? ये कोई जानता है ये क्या चीज है? Anyone who knows this? Chat. Let's use chat. Let's use technology, friends. Everyone, come on. देखो पार्टिसिपेट करोगे तो ही इसमें इंटरेस्ट आएगा, नहीं तो फिर आप it will be like okay. शुभम Thanos hand. Okay, Sagar Thanos. Neeta ji, yes, Thanos. Perfect. The snap चुटकी, right? The snap of Thanos. इससे क्या हुआ था? Anyone? What happens once he snaps using his fingers after this, wearing this gauntlet? Come on. Half of the people in the world were gone. Half world was gone. Ravindra ji, yes. Neera ji, yes. Don't you think that is happening today? हम सोच नहीं सकते हैं. That amount of people have perished. We are lucky we are surviving. And people who are facing this wrath, we don't even know. अभी तक हमें मालूम ही नहीं पड़ेगा. जब हम बाहर जाएंगे, मिलना जुलना शुरू करेंगे, तब हमें मालूम पड़ेगा अरे आप इसको जानते हो, शायद वो भी नहीं रहे, ये भी नहीं रहे, वो भी नहीं रहे. People have lost lives like anything. Exactly something that was planned, that was thought while making a movie, is happening today. जो ये तो अभी फिर भी the wave is over, but जब second wave Delhi, Mumbai, ये सब जगह पे तो people were dying in dozens and dozens, in tons and tons, and there were no spaces to even burn them or cremate them. So that is the situation that we are seeing. Never ever we thought tsunami आके चली गई, सब इतने बड़े से बड़े natural crisis हो गए, but look at this one non-living virus which is not even visible. Look at the power that it has, and believe me, something, एक चीज हमको आज समझ में आ जानी चाहिए और we should really understand is something which is not visible is the most powerful. Today, believe me, you all people, all of us working on a laptop versus a person under this heat, scorching heat, and breaking stones to make a bridge for all of us to travel in our cars. Believe me, what is more remunerative? This than that. That is labor, that is hard labor, that is visible. This, what we are doing, is invisible, intangible, and it is happening, and therefore more value. ये एग्जाम्पल छोड़ो, ये एग्जाम्पल देखो, कोरोना वायरस जिसका लिविंग के ऊपर एक और क्वेश्चन मार्क है, that has made things progress like anything. We have been pushed 5 years, 10 years ahead of our times. That is where we are. And if still we don't understand the importance of being intangible or the importance of investing in intangibles, आज मैं इसलिए शुरू में बोला था क्रिप्टो करेंसी. जिन्होंने भी दिसंबर जनवरी में एक वेव आया था क्रिप्टो का, बहुत चल रहा था, थैंक्स टू इलॉन मस्क. उस समय 100-200 रुपए में बिटकॉइंस आ रहे थे. जिन्होंने भी उसमें लिया ना, दे हैव मेड lakhs of rupees already. again it is down. Something which is not visible, something which is not making sense is really making revenue. What is happening in the share market, we don't know. Everywhere it is casualty, everywhere people are dying, but still look at gold, highest, silver, kya rate pe ja raha hai? Matlab, anything is happening. Therefore, understand the power of intangibles. And that is the theme for today. Therefore, I'm saying compliances आपको दिख रहा है. Look at this. ये report बना दी, ये इसने ये कर दिया, ये file हो गया, ये return चला गया, वो चला गया, ये चला गया. If you can calculate, if you can demonstrate, probably it is not remunerative. Something that is absolutely not visible, something which is consulting, which is advisory, which is making sure the impact is visible after you have driven a process. और आज उसी पे हम लोग बात करना चाह रहे हैं. So this is how I have tried to set up this session for today. 1 second, give me a time. I think the sun is setting. Right. I'm sure the sunsets that we see are becoming so wonderful these days क्योंकि हमको देखने का चांस मिल रहा है. Otherwise, morning जाते हैं वापस से AC offices में रहते हैं, शाम को ही लेट आते हैं. We hardly get to see these sunsets. So moving on next. One thing, let me tell all of you today. जो भी हम बात करने वाले हैं, whatever that I'm gonna create, these are all experience based. There is absolutely no theory. There is absolutely no guarantee that it will happen, but I'm telling you, if you can pick up these examples and do something about it, I'm sure you will be able to do something. If not implement it outright, at least you will get a direction in what you have to go. I just want to check with all of you today. 8 times the size, which is the largest bank in India? Which is the largest bank in India? SBI? All of you agree, SBI?
SBI.
SBI. 8 times the size of SBI. 8 times the size of SBI is a bank in USA, that is the Morgan Chase, JP Chase, Morgan Chase Bank. Tell me, how much time will it take to audit 100%? No materiality, no test check, no nothing. How much time does it take to audit that kind of a bank? And by CPAs, who are even lower than chartered accountant. The amount of education that we have, the amount of coaching, the amount of syllabus that we go through, usse to kam hi ho CPAs ka. But still, just imagine how much. So chat, everyone. Type यार, आप लोग WhatsApp पे इतने एक्टिव रहते हो, इसमें भी एक्टिव रहो, थोड़ा टाइप करो, चैट करो, बताओ कितना टाइम लगता है आपको कि ऑडिट को कितना टाइम लगना चाहिए? A month, 2 months, maybe whatever, 6 months, maybe a week, whatever, hours. Take a guess, all of you. Okay. Only organizers are replying. What about the others? Okay. Owenji, 1 month, okay. 2.5 months, 3 months, Rohit, great. Okay. Anyone else who feel it could be much more optimized? Okay. Should we start asking people, ask names from people and then Lokesh, wow, 10 days, I like it. Rajesh ji, okay, 15 days, very nice, right, okay. Yes, we should not undermine the power of technology. यार अभी तो हमने देखा वो. Very nice, we're progressing, come on, more. और कितना ऑप्टिमाइज कर सकते हैं, और कितना हो सकता है? बिलीव मी, ऑफ द शेल्फ रोबोट्स, ऑफ द शेल्फ टेक्नोलॉजी आ रही है पेन ड्राइव में. राखी साहू 1 day 24 hours? नहीं राखी, I really believe if we could do this big a size of audit in 1 day. नहीं 1 day मतलब ज्यादा मैंने आप लोग को वो कर दिया है. If blockchain technology used, then maybe 1 week. Okay, perfect, very close. Still. And this is the published number. 78 hours. Believe me. 8 times the size of SBI. जो हम लोग SBI बैंक स्टैट्यूटरी ऑडिट लेके जो पूरा सीजन चलाते हैं हम लोग, 15 दिन, अरे बहुत आया नहीं, लिस्ट नहीं आई है, नाम नहीं आया, एम्पेलमेंट नहीं हुआ है, 15 दिन में 15 को देना है. Believe me, full. So what they do is they start using something called as they start working on a concept called as exception reporting. हम लोग देखते हैं, सारी चीजें देखते हैं, वो समझते हैं कि क्या हुआ क्या नहीं हुआ है, whether this has been granted, this has been done, this has been reported or not. Believe me. But if we were to give a report, if we were to start using a pen drive to go into the system, जैसे राजेश जी ने कहा, ब्लॉकचेन यूज करना शुरू कर दिया हमने, which has coded programs. So जैसे लोन्स एंड एडवांसेस का लेजर मिलेगा, so I have one program that will start applying and see whether these parameters have been checked in every ledger or not. वह जैसे borrowings का लिया, जैसे advances का लिया, वैसे ही हमने expenses का लिया, सबके छोटे-छोटे प्रोग्राम सबके पास बने हुए हैं एक पेन ड्राइव के अंदर, और जैसे ही डाल दिया और घुमा दिया, the servers are down for a good time, and then you get sheets and sheets of paper. All you have to do is then go through these reports and see for exceptions and see where has there been an exception and report that. Find out whether really there is any fault there. जो हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, audit trail, audit using the trail. This is what it is. So this is the world that we are getting into, friends. This is the world we are getting into. Bank audits हो गया, whatever these compliance audits, whatever income tax, I don't know, नया portal आया, सबने देख लिया होगा, look and feel of it. Pre-filled returns आ रहे हैं, pre-filled. It's absolutely nothing that we are doing right now. So this is work from home scenario. This is a lady and these are two gentlemen. You can look at how the ratio works, how the proportionate works, and this is exactly today's scenario. So therefore, huge respect for the women out there, because the amount of work that they're doing, they're managing families, managing people like us who are also doing work from home, and everything that under the sun is possible, and they're doing it. So fantastic, and it is a great moment. This is just a guide. I'm just skipping all of this and coming to today's sessions. Now, before we can talk about opportunities, I have quickly summarized ways in which we can approach opportunities. How do you actually attract opportunities? What do you think can opportunity come to you? हम लोग रोज मिलते हैं, हम लोग रोज मतलब अभी तो of course ऐसा हो रहा है, but whenever we meet, whenever we catch up, don't you think we always talk about अरे क्या हाल है, कैसे हो, क्या चल रहा है, क्या नहीं चल रहा है? Why don't we are all chartered accountants, we all are doing something or other. Why can't you share an experience about yourself, about an opportunity that you've got? अरे यार प्रशांत जी, आज तो है ना एक ऐसा केस आया था, उसमें यही हुआ. Believe me, that conversation will be one, intelligent, second, subjective, third, very very time productive, and also will give an elicit and response from that opposite person. So believe me, conversations attract opportunities. One of the best things to do is have a conversation. If you are good at something, if you have taken a breakthrough in something, if you know there are people who are struggling with a particular subject or particular topic, particular aspect of a engagement, and if you have got a breakthrough, talk about it so that people can come to you कि अरे यार हमारे इसमें भी इशू है. जैसे for example take trust. अभी आपको पता है amendments आया, सब कुछ हुआ है, 12 में हुआ, everything has happened. Believe me, if you can talk about it, that this is what you've done for a particular client. There are all of us who have clients. हम लोग ने कभी सोचा नहीं होगा कि ये अपॉर्चुनिटी हो सकती है, तो immediately they would come to you and say कि अरे यार क्या आप इसमें हमको हेल्प कर सकते हो, कैन यू डू समथिंग ऑन दिस, ये ट्रस्ट है, ये है, लेट्स डू दिस. व्हाट्सएप पे हम लोग कर रहे हैं ये चीज, बट बिलीव मी, इफ वी स्टार्ट डूइंग इट इन अ वेरी वेरी नेचुरल मैनर एंड समथिंग टू हेल्प others, I think this makes a lot of business, this makes a lot of difference. Display of skills to attract opportunity, observant humility, share your experiences, give first. जैसे हमने इस समय हम वो क्वेश्चन लॉन्च करते हैं, how many of you believe you want to be a part of network and how? पार्टनरशिप फॉर्म्स में बनना या नेटवर्क में बनना, इन सबका सक्सेस एक ही पे डिपेंड करता है कि इसमें मुझे क्या मिलेगा वो नहीं, इसमें मैं क्या दे सकता हूँ. If you can start thinking on those lines, then believe me, you can do wonders with a network, wonders with a maybe a partnership firm, maybe bigger firm, maybe you can join hands together in other formats. If you see Big Fours, every partner there has a KRA, is a fixed KRA of how much has he cross sell. मतलब आज मैं अगर ऑडिट का हूं तो मैंने टैक्स में कितने को रेफरेंस दिया है, मैंने इसको कितना दिया, इसको कितना दिया, and my bonus depends a huge on that. So therefore it is always about how much do I give in the network or the partnership firm. That should be matter. The moment someone start thinking कि नहीं इसमें से मैं कितना लेके जाऊं, वो इतना कमा रहा है और मैं इतना नहीं कमा रहा हूं और मेरे को इतना लेके जाना है, probably that is the end of that partnership, because then you are not thinking about each other, you're only thinking about yourself and looking to leverage upon your entire joint exercise, which doesn't usually happen. Genuinity, ability to accept weakness, ability to network, ability to reach out. This is what we would have done in the questions. So each one of you can rate yourself as to what are you doing on these questions. You can quickly take a screenshot if you want, or maybe write notes wherever that you feel this is some of the trait that I have to work on. Probably you will understand this more ahead. Assuming now we've got an opportunity, assuming हम लोग जिस opportunities का बात करने वाले हैं, assuming you get this one, assuming आपके पास वो आता है और बोलता है कि let's look at this big thing. जो second question हमारा था, third question rather, if you believe it is time consuming and if you believe it is not remunerative man-hour basis, can you do something more? Can you do something beyond? Can you do something which is more organic? Correct? उसके लिए, if you get an opportunity from someone, can you free yourself? Can you free your time to do that work? And there, you don't have to, you have to demonstrate that you can do it. You cannot let it happen by an article training or by other. So you cannot, a delegated work cannot be further delegated, or outsourced work cannot be further outsourced, is what I'm saying here. So one is, you always respect the professional. Second, who is giving you this work or maybe this entire opportunity. Next is, you avoid miscommunication and a communication gap. Usually what happens is, whenever we are working, and I'm setting this up for the opportunities that I'm going to talk about today. जहां पर भी आप कुछ opportunity देखोगे, जहां पर भी आप काम करोगे, the ones that we are going to discuss today, you will always have one or the other professional in the picture. Can you afford to have a communication gap and work there in isolation? No, you cannot. In fact, you will have to work together. In fact, you will have to ensure that both of you or all of you flourish together. Put yourself in the shoes of the professional. अगर आपको कोई काम दे रहा है तो आप अपने आप को, for every decision that you take, for every demand that you make, for every suggestion that you want to give, first put yourself in the shoes of that person जिसके साथ आप काम कर रहे हो, जिसके साथ आपको काम मिलने वाला है. Believe me, in this example, put yourself in the shoes of a management, a promoter of a company. Aaj, for that company, lawyers, the way they are absolutely relevant, someone who will fight for them, someone who will make sure the case studies बनती हैं, someone who will ensure कि इनको arrest ना हो जाए, someone who will ensure कि इनके जो भी cases हैं, they will get dropped, they will get relaxation, they will get free, versus a statutory audit, internal audit, or any other thing that we are doing. Then just imagine, how are we making ourselves relevant to the promoter, to the company, to the organization who has appointed us. If it is out of statutory, it is absolutely mandatory, it is absolutely formality. Have you ensured that this you have worked out in a different manner? Have you ensured that this becomes something very relevant for that promoter so that you become absolutely indispensable? Think about that, and then believe me, once you say yes, I have become indispensable, you will never complain about the fees, you will never complain about the remuneration, you will never complain about delay or unpaid fees. Once chosen till the end, fight frustration, boredom, initial stages of engagement, climax comes after the, always this, in the movie, पूरा screenplay होता है, सब कुछ होता है, पूरा stage setup होता है, and then comes the climax. In every engagement that we want to do. And believe me, why am I doing this is, Suppose if you are given a risk-based audit, if you are given a risk-based assignment of a particular, say a small little shop, a retail shop, you know, it will be very boring for you. आप लोग सोचोगे क्या है इसमें, क्या करेंगे? So the first level frustration, second level boredom, third level delegate, fourth level वही चलाएगा, अपन जाएंगे नहीं. Believe me, it will, when a time comes when he is raising funds or when he is raising a bigger setup, when he is doing something bigger, it will be not you who will be approaching, because you hardly know the business anywhere now. It will be someone else who's been focusing there, maybe one of your resource, or maybe some other agent or some other non-professional who he believes कि कम दाम में काम कर देगा हमारे लिए. So climax always comes after the screenplay. Believe me, we always make sure हम लोग screenplay के time पे रहते ही नहीं हैं. Most of the assignments में. Focus on constructive learnings and key areas. Keep exploring your strength. Failures are good. Patience and don't give up on the job. These are some of the points. Believe me, आपको ये सब अब समझ में आएगा when I'll give you a case study of what has happened really, that you all of us can work on to. Again, networking के लिए these are something important. हादसा और हंसी, ये दो ही चीज से आप अपने आप को you can, you know, anyone will remember you. अगर या तो आपने एक बहुत अच्छा इवेंट कर दिया है, या फिर आपके साथ एक बहुत जबरदस्त एक हंसी का बोलते ना फुहारा, या एक हम लोग ने एक ऐसा टाइम निकाला where we have laughed together heartily. These are the only two ways that people will remember you. So हादसा को आपको कैसे बनाना है, it depends on you. All of these are, of course, these are some generic stuff, but one thing is there, you are a CA, and how can you do it effectively is what we need to understand now. Okay, so comes the slide of the day, recent opportunities that I am talking about today. All right, take a good time to this. Give some good time on this entire sheet. Some of you would know some of these. Some of you would not know some of these. But believe me, it is all about understanding. जो दिखता है वो वैसा होता नहीं है, और जो होता है वो वैसा दिखता नहीं है. All of this today that you see are absolutely something which is relevant toward maybe a small little place, even villages, even gram panchayats, even small towns. अब वो कैसे, that is what I'll tell you. But before that, let me see from all of you, anyone who has a particular interest in knowing a particular opportunity, please chat. Please put it in the chat box, or any other questions if you have, because I want you to take a good look at this, see all these points. Believe me, each and every opportunity this that I have highlighted is of immense value, and all of them are coming out with experience. They're not something out of, you know, a compulsion. And opportunities, especially on the right hand side, they are the ones that should be of keen interest. Okay, Rajeshji, tenders. Okay. What else? Come on, people, come on. Virtual CFO, very good, interesting. Okay. What else? now देखो रिस्पॉन्स नहीं आएगा तो मालूम नहीं पड़ेगा कि हम क्या जवाब दें, क्या बोलें, किसको क्या करें. इफ यू रियली फील दैट यू नो सर बहुत बोरिंग हो रहा है लेक्चर, तो आप बोल दो, तो आई विल चेंज अकॉर्डिंगली. आई विल गेट टू समथिंग मोर, यू नो, आप तो जो बोलोगे वी कैन टॉक अबाउट, बी इट इनकम टैक्स, बी इट जीएसटी, बी इट व्हाटएवर दैट यू वांट, वो भी कर लेंगे. बट इफ यू रियली वांट टू नो दिस, यू हैव टू रिस्पॉन्ड. Neetaji Agency for Specialized Monitoring, what a pick you have, amazing. Social business planning, Rakhi ji, perfect, great. Sagar bhai, valuation and wills, okay. Forensics, okay. Already a valuer but waiting for opportunity. Snehal madam, okay. Good that you have indicated here. You should write FCA जैसे लिखा ना वैसे आपको RV लिखा ना आपने, हाँ, very good, registered valuer. I don't know people को समझ में आएगा कि नहीं, but I don't know if people really know how to really network using Zoom. Are you actually doing networking Zoom? अभी जैसे स्नेहल मैडम है, सब लोग ने देख लिया कि immediately someone who's interested into knowing about valuation should talk to Snail madam through Zoom chat and ask her, you know, how what has been, how has she done this or what all. I don't know, have you ever used Zoom chat in a very innovative manner? You should use it. You can cross chat, you know, हम लोग जैसे ऑडिटोरियम में बैठे हैं और बात करते हैं एक दूसरे से, you can absolutely do it. अमित मंदन, forensic investigation, absolutely. और यार कम ऑन यार, अभी इतने सी जवाब है, क्या करें, अपन रोक दें क्या, कुछ और चेंज करें, और इज इट ओके इफ यू वांट टू कंटिन्यू इन दिस लाइन, इफ यू वांट टू टॉक अबाउट दीस थिंग्स, व्हाट डू यू वांट टू डू, टेल मी.
Continue.
Praveen ji, tenders, okay. Anushri madam, okay. Credit rating advisory, wow, I am happy that someone really wants to understand this part of an opportunity. Wonderful. And it's a very niche area, credit rating advisory. Come on, I'm gonna take another 1 or 2 minutes. Please, anyone who is interested into knowing a particular thing, please say it now. Please chat, please type.
Sir, your voice is mute. Sir, Arpit sir, your voice is on mute.
Yes. Stressed assets consultancy, amazing. Value chain advisory, KYC. Chalo, cool. Great. Enough people have answered. That shows really people are interested in today's topic then. Prashant ji, it is a feedback to all of you कि आप लोग ने कुछ ढंग का organize किया है. Otherwise, you know, they would have said कि अरे sir क्या है ये सब. All right, so friends, let me come to okay, let's start with सबसे पहले, I don't know, for all the women chartered accountants and for people who really believe teaching is their game, there are two good opportunities. One is this career counseling. We have 3,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees, whatever, per session that we do. You get remuneration, and you know, you do go and on behalf of branch, on behalf of the ICI, you go and talk about career counseling. Ready-made presentations are there. All you need to do is know something more about the institute, see what all is happening, and present it to 9th standard, 10th standard, 11th, 12th. Tell them about a career opportunity that is there in chartered accountancy. One is that. Second opportunity that we have recently come out is TEL, train, earn and learn. This is a wonderful path-breaking opportunity. जितने भी हम लोग बोलते हैं कि हमारे पास articles नहीं है, believe me, now is the time that we can get and we can invite all the BCom graduates into training. So first year BCom students को अगर आप लोग बोलते हो कि हम CA offices में आपको train करेंगे, so we have developed a 36 hours course, focused course, and you know, all the branches are more than excited. In fact, they should run this program in a very, very systematic manner. You know, get that done, approach colleges, approach institutes, and let them give them all their students of course, we will be charging fees for doing those courses. And once they do this course, hire them, draw a career placement, a placement program wherein CA firms can hire these trainees who are educated about income tax, GST, about other compliances, about representation, drafting, soft skills, all of this. It's a good course, 36 hours that we have made up. For that, faculties are our members only. We have given priority to CA members only as a faculty. 500 per hour is what we are, remuneration is the fixed remuneration that we'll be paying. So, you know, you can always enroll yourself as a faculty there, and also then there would be placement in this. So these two, and as written by Neeta madam, also you can be an examiner. Believe me, to be an examiner, you have to first pass an exam, and it's a very robust program. It's a wonderful program. If you can be an examiner, nothing like it. You will do wonders. And you know, chartered accountants who really feel they want to come back to practice or come back to the profession again, this is the best thing that you can do. be an examiner, be a coach, be a faculty, and try and add value to the other students, right? Now coming to this agency for specialized monitoring. Agency for specialized monitoring, one of landmark engagements, I would say, because अभी तक हम जो audit करते आ रहे थे, अभी तक हम जो करते आ रहे थे, what that is a yearly audits that we do, statutory audit, company audit. You have to finish after a year goes by, within a month, 2 months, 3 months, you do an audit, submit your reports, and then file it with Companies Act or MCA. Now, believe me, after 1 year has gone entirely, after all the JV adjustments have happened, after all, everything has gone through, all the banking, everything has gone through, or uska end result balancing out, okay, this is the balance sheet that you show, and you show the reports on a, you give your opinion. This activity, which is like a post-mortem, has now, on a trial basis, it was launched and has been successfully implemented in the form of Agency for Specialized Monitoring. Specialized monitoring is cash flow, every line item of bank payments, every investment, every transaction with a related party, any transaction that would have a flavor of diversion, siphoning, or misutilization, real-time basis. Chartered accountants are doing this role. Majority, of course, there are other agencies also in this, because this is a mandate. This is an engagement which has been created by IBA. There's a committee by RBI who had come out with something called as the EASE norms, EASE, EASE norms, and I'll just mention here. EASE mechanism mein, there is this concept called as ASM to be appointed by every lender, every stakeholder, every banker, lead banker. Now what is happening here is MCA तो आपको बोल रहा है कि आप पूरे साल भर की ऑडिट करके हमको दे दो, सेबी बोल रहा है कि स्पेशल ऑडिट हो रही है, LRs हो रहे हैं, लिमिटेड रिव्यूज क्वार्टरली हो रहा है. Now comes the bank who are saying every month we want analysis. Every month we need your reports. Every month I want to see whether the money that has been given by us is utilized effectively or not. अब आप TDS नहीं देख रहे हो, आपका इनकम टैक्स नहीं देख रहे हो, अब आपका GST नहीं देख रहे हो, आपका ये नहीं देख रहे हो, वो नहीं देख रहे हो, बट इन सबको जो इम्पैक्ट करता है वो है ट्रांजैक्शन, ईच एंड एवरी ट्रांजैक्शन दैट यू आर डूइंग, आप उस पर रिपोर्ट कर रहे हो. इफ दीज आर करेक्ट, ये सब तो ठीक है, ये सब आप देख लेना, बाद में रिपोर्ट कर लेना, हमको मतलब नहीं उससे. पेनल्टी लगाओ, ये करो, वो करो, या डेडलाइन फाइल करो, या आगे जाओ, जो भी करो, बट हमको ये बताओ जो कोर है बिजनेस का, ऑपरेशंस, वो बराबर हो रहा है कि नहीं. व्हाट डू यू थिंक इज मच मच मोर पावरफुल, ऑडिट और ASM? बिलीव मी, आज इन्होंने तो ये लॉन्च कर दिया है. दिस इज बीइंग डन फॉर ऑल द एसेट्स, all the companies, all the borrower who has borrowing about 250 crores right now. 250 crores मतलब हम लोग एक मान के चलते हैं कि, और ये हमको सिखाया गया एज अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट ड्यूरिंग आवर आर्टिकलशिप इज, जब भी आप 1 रुपये उधार लेते हो, आपका टर्नओवर 4 गुना होना चाहिए, क्योंकि आप टैक्स भरना है और इतने खर्चे निकालने हैं और फिर घर पे लेके जाना पैसा. तो आप 250 करोड़ का बोरोइंग अगर आपके पास है, तो रफली 1000 करोड़ का टर्नओवर का आपका चल रहा है टॉप लाइन. Can you imagine the size of the work? Can you imagine every month you have to deploy yourself, you have to deploy your resource, you have to start looking at something so very robust and so very powerful, that is the cash flow. Each and every transaction is being scrutinized. No materiality level, no going concern, no test check, no this, no that. हर month में real time live reporting. अब बताओ, what is the then therefore the importance of a statutory audit then? Doesn't this also has to fall in line? If this can be done by chartered accountants, this can definitely be done by chartered accountants. Already LR हो रहे थे, limited reviews चल रहे थे, but unaudited जा रहे हैं. But now यहाँ तो हम लोग clearly UDIN लगा के report डाल रहे हैं. ASM हम लोग बोल रहे हैं, these are the parameters, there are 62 parameters on which you have to report. All of that you have to report. That is ASM for you, friends. And believe me, It's a very, very manpower intensive job. It's a high risk job because if anything goes wrong in that asset, you will be the first, before it comes to a banker, you will be the first agency who will have to answer, stand up as a witness and tell them what is going to happen. आपने ये report किया था, फिर ये क्या हो गया? Why is it being said that this payment was made to a related party, or was a bogus payment, or was diversion, or was siphoning, and why didn't you report? Huge responsibility. But वो Spider-Man में dialogue है, with greater powers come greater responsibilities. यहाँ पर आपको इतनी पावर दी गई है कि आप एक एक बैंक स्टेटमेंट, एक एनालिसिस रियल टाइम आप उसका खर्चा देख सकते हो, ट्रांजैक्शन देख सकते हो, वेदर इट इज टू रिलेटेड पार्टी, वेदर इट इज रियल. वो आरटीओ में देखो कि वो चालान जो आया है, ई वे, शिपिंग बिल और ये वो, उसमें जो नंबर है वो बाइक का है, किसका है, व्हाटएवर एक्सवाइजी. बिलीव मी, फोरेंसिक ऑन द गो इज व्हाट इज एएसएम. कैश फ्लो मॉनिटरिंग एंड फोरेंसिक. इनफैक्ट पेटीएम के फाउंडर विजय शेखर शर्मा ने रिसेंटली एक डायलॉग दिया था, and all of us as chartered accountants, we should now start thinking on that conversation, that what is important, profitability or availability of cash. Such a great concept, such a superb accounting concept. हम लोग को ये अब सोचना है, हम लोग जो काम कर रहे हैं, how is it really impacting stakeholders. Profitability पे हम दिखा रहे हैं, हम रिपोर्टिंग सारी profitability कर रहे हैं, but right now sustainability is the key, and only one thing that can help you sustain, or what is the blood, that is the cash flow. Just imagine, think about it. Of course, I've done a big session only focused on this part, but I'm telling you, this is something that we have to start thinking on, कि if we are reporting, and believe me, आप एक चीज देखो, थोड़ा सा अपने आप को फ्री करो. हम लोग एक टर्म बोलते हैं, उलझो मत. अपने आप को उलझाना बंद करो, कंप्लायंस से थोड़ा सा अपने आप को फ्री करो. ये सब जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स है ना, ये आप लोग सब बहुत इफेक्टिवली प्रमोटर्स के लिए कर पाओगे. एंड बिलीव मी, मेरे को सबसे ज्यादा क्वेश्चन जब मैं फोरेंसिक पे लेता हूँ, बिकॉज एज विकी मेंशन दैट आई एम इनटू फोरेंसिक, एंड अब तो खून में भी ऐसा है कि निकालोगे तो फोरेंसिक इन्वेस्टिगेशन के कारण निकलेंगे. आप जैसी बात करोगे फोरेंसिक के, सब लोग में से एक ही क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, सर अंडा पहले आया मुर्गी? क्योंकि कोई भी अपॉर्चुनिटी देने से पहले बोलते हैं एक्सपीरियंस दो. एक्सपीरियंस के लिए हम कहाँ से करेंगे? अपॉर्चुनिटी की है वो. आई सेड बॉस, ओनली वन थिंग, ये बता रहा हूँ आपको मैं, बहुत बड़ा रामबाण दे रहा हूँ आपको मैं. जहां पर आप काम कर रहे हो ना, जिस भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में आप काम कर रहे हो, एज अ कॉन्करेंट ऑडिटर, एज ए इंटरनल ऑडिटर, एज ए स्टैट्यूटरी ऑडिटर, थोड़ा सा डीएलएच पे जाना, डिजिटल लर्निंग हब जो आईसीआई का है, उसमें एक फॉरेंसिक ऑडिट का मॉड्यूल है. वो फॉरेंसिक ऑडिट मॉड्यूल जस्ट गो थ्रू कर लेना, या फिर मेरे को चांस देना, मैं एक फॉरेंसिक ऑडिट का एक सेमिनार और कर लूंगा आप लोग के साथ, जिसमें थोड़ी केस स्टडीज हम बात करेंगे. अगर इन सब पे आप, इनफैक्ट एक मैंने कुछ बनाया भी है, वेट 1 सेकेंड. यस, अगर इन पैरामीटर्स पे आप अपनी ऑडिट्स के अंदर कुछ रिपोर्ट कर सकते हो, कुछ बना सकते हो, और ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट में पेपर पे प्रोमोटर के टेबल पे रख सकते हो, दैट इज योर फर्स्ट ब्रेक एज अ फॉरेंसिक इन्वेस्टिगेशन, फॉरेंसिक अकाउंटिंग. एंगेजमेंट लेटर बनवाओ, सोलो मुझे फॉरेंसिक ऑडिट अपॉइंट करो, फॉरेंसिक अकाउंटेंट या इन्वेस्टिगेशन की अपॉइंट करो. मैं आपको इसका तह तक, नीचे तक रूट कॉज दिखा के आपको बताता हूँ कि किधर आपका पैसा जा रहा है, किधर वेस्ट हो रहा है, कहाँ हो रहा है. और इसमें अगर आप इन्वॉल्व हो तो आप तैयार हो जाओ. वो तैयार हो जाएगा आपको बड़ी फीस देने के लिए. बोला यार मैं ठीक कर देता हूँ सब कुछ, बस आप रिपोर्ट मत करना, आप ये मत करना, वो मत करना, व्हाटएवर एक्सवाइजी. बिलीव मी, बिकम रेलेवेंट इन द इकोसिस्टम. जैसे ही आपने वो किया ना, फीस, रेम्यूनरेशन सब एकदम हैंडसम हो जाएगा, एंड यू विल स्टार्ट रियली हैविंग दैट कंटेंट इन डूइंग एन एंगेजमेंट. पर ये सब आप आर्टिकल से नहीं करवा सकते हो, ये सब आपको खुद को बैठना पड़ेगा, ये सब आपको खुद ही समझना पड़ेगा, देख के कि यस, पर्सनल परचेजेस, गोस्ट. इनफैक्ट टाइमलाइंस आप लोगों ने देखा है कि नहीं? द क्लासिक एग्जांपल, क्लासिक केस स्टडी है, अगर कहीं पर कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने पेनल्टी भरी है या कुछ किया है, उसका टाइमलाइन बनाओ, कैश फ्लो बनाओ उस टाइम का, देखो बैंक स्टेटमेंट का एनालिसिस, कहाँ उसके पहले पैसा गया, उसका क्या क्रेडिट्स आए थे, कहाँ डेबिट्स गए, किधर पैसा गया, और जब वो कंप्लायंस करना था उसके पास पैसे क्यों नहीं थे. तब आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि उसने किसको प्रायोरिटी दी, और इफ you can investigate whether that payment was correct मतलब यूजुअली कोई भी अपने बिजनेस में पेनल्टी खाना नहीं चाहेगा, कोई भी नॉन कंप्लायंस करना नहीं चाहेगा, क्योंकि दैट इज अ बिग इंडिकेटर. अगर इसने किया है दैट मीन्स ऐसा क्या पेमेंट इंपॉर्टेंट हो गया था. वन ऑफ आवर केसेस में उसको एक अपने साली को पेमेंट करना, साली एक वो बनाती थी, आर्ट गैलरी थी उसकी, तो वो प्रमोटर को बेचारे को कोई ऑप्शन नहीं था, उसको परचेज करना ही था वो पेंटिंग. बहुत जोरदार, बहुत शानदार. अपन को तो समझ में भी नहीं आया क्या है पेंटिंग. 1.5 करोड़ की पेंटिंग लाके खड़ी थी. हम लोग तो सोचते रहते थे हर बार जब भी लंच पे जाते थे, बोला ये क्या लाया है ये लोग, क्या किया है, इसका वाउचर निकलवा, वाउचर देखा 1.5 करोड़, ओके चलो जो भी है. आर्ट तो समझ में आता नहीं है, वैल्यूएशन सर्टिफिकेट और लगा दिया है. बट इफ यू वुड हैव सीन दिस, द timeline of which this payment was made, and therefore GST, you can definitely put a comment in the audit committee or in your report saying that we believe this payment is extortionate. IBC ने हमको बहुत कुछ सिखाया है, बहुत कुछ सिखाया, मैं अपन उस पर भी बात करने वाला है. So this is your first opportunity. So anyone who tells you that you need an experience in forensic accounting, here you have to set up, you have to earn, you have to establish yourself for this forensic. एक एंगेजमेंट लेटर आपको मिल गया, उसके बाद तो एवरीवन ऑन दैट एंगेजमेंट लेटर विल, यहाँ पर बोगस नहीं होना चाहिए, बिकॉज आपकी रिपोर्ट देखी जाएगी, आपकी रिपोर्ट देखी जाएगी और आपका कहीं ना कहीं एक्सपीरियंस देखा जाएगा. इट शुड नॉट बी अ केस स्टडी, इट शुड बी रियल टाइम फैक्ट्स. आप नो नेम बेसिस पे करो, व्हाटएवर करो, क्योंकि पीपल हैव बिकम स्मार्टर नाउ. अभी तो बहुत फिल्टर होने लग गया है, काफी कुछ होने लग गया है, बट बिलीव मी दैट इज वेयर यू विल गेट द फर्स्ट ब्रेक एज अ फोरेंसिक अकाउंटेंट. डू दैट. और कुछ होना हो, योर एग्जिस्टिंग असाइनमेंट में आप अपने प्रमोटर्स के लिए कुछ ना कुछ वैल्यू ऐड कर पाओगे और अपने लिए बहुत अच्छी फीस बना पाओगे. फॉरगेट अबाउट मेकिंग इट just like a mundane task or just like a normal ordinary task. You will now make it a very 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 significant and closer to promoter task. बोला आज promoter आपको हर बार अपने साथ ही बैठाएगा, बोला यार ये भी देखो, ये भी देखो, कहीं ना कहीं इसमें भी चेक करो. कोई ना कोई आदमी है जो कर रहा है सारा लफड़ा, आप जरा देख लो. All of this is there. Again going to insolvency and bankruptcy code, because ये जितने भी आपको राइट हैंड साइड पे दिख रहे हैं, लीड एडवाइजरी, इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग, ड्यू डिलिजेंस, क्रेडिट रेटिंग, सॉरी क्रेडिट रेटिंग नहीं, सोशल बिजनेस प्लानिंग, इसका आपको मैं एक केस स्टडी देने वाला हूँ. आई डोंट नो हाउ मच टाइम डू वी हैव, 5 to 6, ओके वी हैव सम टाइम. आई एम गोना टॉक टू यू अबाउट ये जितने भी आपको यहाँ पर राइट हैंड साइड पे दिख रहे हैं ना, इन सब का आपको मैं 2 या 3 केस स्टडीज देने वाला हूँ, जिसके बेसिस पे यू कैन डेवलप और यू कैन जनरेट दिस काइंड ऑफ फैक्टर्स. दिस इज IBC. What all can we do in IBC? Claim verification, support resolution professional. He needs this compliance, local support, market intelligence, filing, manpower, sector expertise, valuation related services, liaising with stakeholders. Yeah, and transaction audit. Transaction audit is nothing but we call it as a PUFE, preferential, undervalued, fraudulent, extortionate. PUFE report. These are 4 sections in IBC. That is where you have started becoming wise enough. That is what you have started reporting into the ecosystem. Every promoter, every stakeholder, if you report on these lines, no, they will stand up and take note of it. ऐसे नहीं बोलेगा कि अरे ये तो इसमें required नहीं है ये एक्ट में, या इसके अंदर ये सब नहीं आ सकता. Boss, gone are those days. Because these are so serious, these are so important. Now they will become very, very. Everyone will take note of whatever you are saying on this, right? Now coming to this example. I'm talking about one simple IBC case that we got it at Kota. छोटी सी जगह है. We were invited for a forensic investigation. ठीक है. The asset has become NPA. Now this NPA, this asset was owned by a promoter-driven family. Of course, they had a small plant. Now उस plant में there were 500 employees. Yeah, he had a good turnover. Everything was there. 100 crore. Borrowing was around 200-300 crores, and the entire value of the plant was around 200 crores. मतलब बैलेंस शीट मैचिंग कॉन्सेप्ट पूरा अच्छे से हुआ था. बोरिंग के सामने उतने एसेट्स थे उनके पास, पर वो एसेट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्लांट है, फैब्रिकेशन प्लांट है, तो उसका वैल्यू वाज ओनली दिस मच. इट कैन नॉट गो बियॉन्ड दैट, राइट? तो डेप्रिशिएट ही हो रहा है. सो देयरफॉर उसका वैल्यू, प्लांट का वैल्यू वाज रफली अराउंड 100 crore, 180 crores, right? Scrap value was roughly around 20-25 crores, nothing more than that. Now this became NPA. जैसे NPA होता है, सब alerts चालू हो जाते हैं, and therefore forensic लगती है to find out whether there has been diversion or not. We were called there, so we went there. Our team in Jaipur, even they got that engagement, so we started working together. सबसे पहले we do a promoter kickoff in terms of understanding what exactly happened. Now the promoter was a shrewd guy, was a very tough guy. बोला अरे कुछ भी आप प्रूव करके बता दो, मैं देख लूंगा, 1 रुपया नहीं लेके गया हूँ, इनफैक्ट मैंने डाला है, ये किया है, वो किया है, और मेरे अलावा इस प्लान को चला नहीं सकता है. And he was trying everything under the sun to make sure he can get back his asset, yeah, because that was his source of living. और कुछ नहीं था उसके पास. He was not मतलब ऐसे नहीं मर्सिडीज में घूम रहा है, लैंड रोवर घूम रहा है ये वो, but हाँ, he was politically connected, so he was doing everything what was possible. So we told him that look, we'll start working on it, but first we need your cooperation. If you give us all the data, if you give us everything, we'll do analysis. And of course, you know, there are sometimes ups and downs that happens, but we can understand that as a chartered accountant, we know how businesses are run, and we have to keep that in mind and then report. It doesn't mean that, you know, आपने अगर 1 रुपया भी इधर उधर हुआ है, तो it doesn't mean that आप लोग चोर हो. We have to understand those practical nuances. So let's do that. He agreed, but he said again, मैं कुछ नहीं करने वाला हूँ, आपको जो दिखता है देख लो. So we sat with the accountants, we got out this. Then we spoke to him that, you know, what do you think really is going to happen in this? As a CA working for this company, you would know everything. But sir, I am telling you, money has been definitely put in. अगर आप capital flow बना लो, capital statement देख लो over the years, we were given a period of 8 years. 8 years and 2 months that we have to do forensics, that we have to analyze all these statements and report. What we did was, since we had to work there itself, what we did is we invited a local chartered accountant. Through a network, we got in touch with a local CA and asked him, local CA means from that town, and asked him that we would need your help in finding all of this. So maybe more importantly, setting up of documentation, setting up of a virtual data room so that we can do it remotely also. So we actually needed that services, but we said, you know, are you interested in doing this forensic? Then only. So he said, sir, मेरे को तो अच्छा है, सीखने को मिलेगा. I'll be more than happy to do it. We got him on board and we started working together, taking documents, tally, this, that, accounting, vouching, everything started doing. While doing that, we analyzed, we got to know everything, and we went and met the bankers. We told them, sir, what do you think? We wanted to understand their perspective, because whatever is happening in the account, they are the first people to know. All they need is an expert to approve it. So he said, do you think, sir, there is a fraud or whatever it is? So he said, no, sir, I don't see. They are politically connected. There could be some payments here and there, but effectively, they were doing this, and this is just business dynamic. This is because of the timing that they have faced this loss. And over the years, they are unable to repay the loan. We said, okay, fine. So then what do you think we should do? He said, then see if you can do some resolution for this, restructuring. So look at this point, restructuring and resolution. I hope people are listening here. So chat पे लिख दो कि हाँ, yes or no. If you're interested, then I'll go ahead. Okay. Hello, hope all of you are there. All right. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for the response. Now, we went from forensic investigation, we went to an opportunity called as restructuring resolution. When you do a restructuring resolution, you get into this work, you get into this work, you get into this work, and you also get into, you get into this work, and you get into this work. One too many. And you will now be surprised as to how it happens. Now, when we got a green signal from bankers, what we did was, we went back to this guy and told him, sir, look, what do you think you can offer? The first thing that can be done is OTS. Now, this cannot be done if you have proven fraud. So first we analyzed ourselves and told them that, you know, within the parameters that have been given by RBI and by the bankers, probably the chances are not bright that he'll be marked as fraud. Usually, NPA jab hote ho, so you will find a lot of parameters to declare it as a fraud, but you have to take into account. Now look at this, as I said, with more powers come more responsibilities. Now you have been given a power of doing a forensic investigation. Also, believe me, you have a responsibility of running this plant, because by one statement of yours, this plant can be shut. Now, if the plant is shut for not a correct reason, 500 employees, every employee average has 4 people in their family. 2,000 people will go out of work because if the plant is shut, because when it is fraud, they have to close everything, do the insolvency process, and they may not get recovery. Therefore, it is very important that you understand each and every nuance very effectively. Also, you have to build evidences, because after every forensic, after all the results, you have to go and present it in the court of law. जिनको भी लगता है forensic investigation का आपको बता दूं 30% or 40% of the role is just finding, observation and reporting. 50 to 60% is after 4 years, 5 years, when the CBIs will come in, EOW will come in, and the courts will come in to get you on the stand and produce witness evidence as a witness of why you thought this company is this, right? So therefore, believe me, your fees have to be not for that 2 months period or 3 month period. It has to be a horizon. 3 साल बाद 4 साल बाद आपको पैसा कोई नहीं देने वाला, पर आपको खड़ा होना पड़ेगा because you have signed this report. So therefore, you have to keep that in mind, and you have to plan for this annuity period. Your fees, of course, the income recognition आपको उसी साल करना पड़ेगा as a chartered accountant. You cannot spread it over because it is a contingent event, giving you a rough idea of how you should price yourself for forensic. Yeah. Now, you know, जैसे हमने उससे बात किया, हमने उनको बोला कि ओके OTS आप करना चाहोगे क्या? तो OTS के लिए बैंकर्स हमने देखा व्हाट इज द बैंडविड्थ. सो रफली अराउंड 200 करोड़ का डेट है. आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू ब्रॉड नंबर्स फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, एंड देयरफॉर 100 करोड़ की वैल्यू है एसेट की अभी डेप्रिशिएटेड, एंड 20 करोड़ की, 20 भी नहीं 12 करोड़ की आई थिंक स्क्रैप वैल्यू है. सो रफली दे वर थिंकिंग अबाउट 40 करोड़ ऑफ रिकवरी. अगर वो होता है 40 to 50 करोड़ तो वो OTS करते थे. We asked him how much he has. He has maximum 20 crores, 25 crores, nothing beyond that. I'm like, I don't know how it's going to happen. The OTS तो नहीं हो सकता, it's ruled out. Now comes next step. Are you really keen on doing this? Well, yes, I'm keen. So we said that give us a mandate to do a lead advisory role for you, or investment banking and due diligence for you. Well, कैसे? Well, first, what we'll do is we'll do a due diligence. We'll find out. So I have done a forensic. That is a particular aspect. But now, if I have to sell off your asset, I have to change the management. बोला नहीं मैं हट गया तो कैसे चलेगा, मैं क्या करूंगा, वो क्या करूंगा. तो सर अगर आप रुक जाओ और यहीं पर ही अटक जाओ तो वैसे भी कुछ नहीं होगा. So you give them pros and cons, and then what we told him, and he was convinced that okay, fine, we will get into an arrangement wherein I would be driving the show, but I will not be in the front seat. Well, fine, all said and done, we'll get an MOU or whatever XYZ. Well, fine, you find out a buyer for us. Then what happened was these people were not ready to sell it at the value that we wanted. Therefore comes a very classic case of IBC. सीधा का सीधा एक क्रेडिटर के पास गए, क्रेडिटर को बोला प्लीज फाइल अ कंप्लेंट फॉर इंसॉल्वेंसी, प्लीज डिक्लेयर दिस एसेट एज इंसॉल्वेंट एंड लेट एन RP come in. RP was chosen by them. I mean, rather we were running the entire mandate. This is now formalized something called as a pre-pack insolvency. बहुत important concept है. I would request the branch also to keep a session on pre-pack insolvency. बहुत ही relevant topic है अभी आज की डेट में, and it's a big opportunity for all of us. All you need to do is stay aware about what is happening, which business, कौन सा plant industry, and both of you, अमरावती में तो हम लोग कर ही रहे हैं 2-3 बड़े केस, जलगांव में भी हमने EOW के केस किए. So you are rich with frauds and rich with NPAs. So, you can get a lot of opportunities there. Yeah. Now, here comes the game. RP comes in. RP, and believe me, this is an entire 6 to 7 month space that I'm talking about. मैं तो अभी summarize कर रहा हूँ, but this is such a big game that it happens. So you get an RP. RP comes in. RP again. RP needs a local. मैंने आपको बताया ना, insolvency के लिए RP को support RP services होती है. So we got someone from Mumbai. We knew a dear friend. We got him as an RP, and he was running the entire resolution process for the banks and everything. Banks also agreed. Okay, fine. Then what happened was, he got appointed. So we appointed another chartered accountant, local CA only, town, to do the work for him, so that there is no conflict of interest. Both of them are independent. The one who was working with us was given a mandate of due diligence by the existing promoter to get buyer, that is investment banking proposal. Then what he did was he did the due. Of course, we were doing the same. We had all the data for forensic, so therefore we could do due diligence very effectively. We did that, and then we spoke to this guy and told him that, can you find out a buyer? बोला सर ये सब हमको नहीं मालूम कैसे होता है. You know, they were young chartered accountants, so freshers. I said, anyone you know about this industry? Believe me, they said, sir, we have never thought as a chartered accountant that we would be talking about businesses. We would be talking about people who own this kind of setup and find those. So what they did was lead advisory role. They went to a particular chartered accountant who was a big man in the town and spoke to him because he has a good clientele, has a good social reputation, everything. He was appointed as a lead advisor. He was जो हम लोग markets में देखते हैं ना, so he was appointed कि sir, please help us find out a good business proposition to buy this asset. और ये है, believe me, उसी industrial area में, उसी line में, at the end of this, there was another fellow who was having a smaller setup of the same kind of process. When approached to him, he was very excited, but they both had a history against each other in terms of they didn't gel well. They said, I think ego troubles and all of this. So we won't be able to do this. But money is money, asset is asset, and the proposition was amazing. The due diligence helped him. So he said, okay, fine. Let me also do my due diligence. So the other CA, these CAs never asked remuneration for us. But what we did was we created engagements for them, independent engagements, which they run with our own assistants. Now, when they went, they were given due diligence. So both the agencies sat together, did a due diligence comparative, and for a buyer and for seller, both started happening. Then this investment banking came in. Even he appointed someone. And the main chartered accountant who was there, his role was to get these two people to sit on a table, understand nuances, get an MOU and all of this. Now comes the valuation part. Again, another very good role. We got the RP was also a registered valuer. So we asked him, please get a valuation done for this entire plan and give to the bank independently. He did that, got a fantastic around. So something that the banks was talking of around 80 crores or 60 crores, in NCLT, we could do it at around 43 crores. Now, how did the money come in? This guy said, as per his due diligence, he was ready to pay roughly around, and he had a limit and everything. So he could invest, because not only buying an asset was important, to sustain it, they had to pump in another good amount of money so that, overhauling of plant and machinery, dues, past dues, this and that, XYZ, all of that happened. Believe me, all of this was done very effectively, and I'm giving you rough numbers, ballpark numbers. So 43 crore, 44 crores, the entire thing got sorted out. RP provided a solution, bankers adopted that solution. They had an MOU that he will become the owner of the plant, but would be run by him, and there would be an exclusive selling agreement amongst all of them. Ki jitna bhi proportion aaya, so it will be his fees. He will be the earlier owner would be more like a director, would be more like an employee, but a head of this entire operations and marketing and all of that behind the show. All of that was done. All of this happened, and each and every one, we could do this exercise in a very, very effective manner. End result, the company survives, the employee survived, all of us made fees, all of us walked home happily, bankers were satisfactory, and in fact, they got another business, because this loan was again given by them, because they had to run this entire show. So, more that, and one more, borrowing got of a good asset came into the picture. So I think this entire scheme of things is very much possible by each one of us. We can all do this. We can all set this up in our own little way. After this, very important role that comes in is vendor management. A virtual CFO, someone asked me about virtual CFO. Virtual CFO, and I want to give you an example of virtual CFO, is not just really being virtual. It is actually about being going into the ground and making your hands dirty to ensure you give some reports, to give some value-added reports to the entire management. Again, the chartered accountant who we had appointed for doing the forensic for us, they were appointed as a virtual CFO because they knew business, they knew value chain. So everyone, so logistic, raw materials, yahan se procurement, ye rate bargain karna, negotiate karna, whatever, these people were able to do very effectively. Now look at the prospect. These people from small doing some investments, doing these income tax return, GST and everything, they don't look back. They are just doing into this. And now with more and more opportunities, with more and more, what do you call, experiences, more and more awareness about how can things, and also evaluated another asset. We are now working on another asset, a mine near Mandsaur, and we are acquiring them. And near Nagpur, we have acquired a insolvency plant, a steel plant for a promoter through OTS. And now the entire plant is being shifted to Rajasthan because we have someone who has the mines there. And the entire engineering is happening through lead advisory, investment banking, due diligence. So I think for all of this, all you need is, one is awareness. Second is uljo mat. You need free time. You need time. You need some good set of people around you who are telling you, look, this is how it should be done. This can be done. And you need that network to understand all of this is happening or make yourself relevant. Stand up, जो हमने पहले slides में बात किया था. Talk about your conversations attract opportunities. Talk about, आज कोई है जैसे RB है, कभी आप लोग किसी के पास भी valuation का रोल आया, in this seminar you met someone who is a registered valuer. Look for those things. Talk about those things. In fact, at the start, maybe we should have a round of introduction by all of the participants. Hi, I'm this, good evening, good afternoon, I'm this, I handle this kind of thing. Because we need to brand ourselves, we need to tell ourselves. Just like my profile reads, I'm a forensic accountant. Your profile should read something. What you are, how do you do it, and where and what have you done so far. So I'm saying, start building that up. It will help you. This is one case study, live case study I'm telling you. In fact, one more thing is happening, but I'm not talking about it because still I'm going through and I don't want to make sure that it jeopardizes. So it's still going through. Maybe next seminar that we do, I will talk about that case study. Again, all of this, one more added stuff that we're doing is moving off a plant. And believe me, how you can make a business go debt free is a fantastic role that you can play as a chartered accountant. And you can do it. You can free cash from so many places. The working capital gap that is existing, if you can read a cash flow statement, if you can understand a cash flow statement, you can make a lot of sense. And yahan par toh, I'm saying technology will do everything. All you have to do is take out time to read those things and interpret it and present it. And therefore, the question that I have made, getting business is important, executing or deliverable is important. So I don't know, people who thought executing assignment is important, not very. The first is, of course, getting business or maybe presenting it effectively. And once you present it effectively, the next getting business becomes quicker. But executing, you can do it. So for example, if you get any assignment, आज आप प्रशांत को फोन करके बोल सकते हो, प्रशांत भाई ये मिला है, कोई आपके नेटवर्क में बताओ ना कोई सीए जो हेल्प कर सकता है. Fine, प्रोफेशनल टाइप हुआ, काम कर लो. You have to involve yourself. That is what my point is. और आप लोग, unfortunately, हम लोग, sorry, अपने आप को involve करते हैं दूसरी चीजों में, जिसका remuneration और जिसका cost analysis is not suitable for our kind of a role, our opportunity, our time cost, everything. And क्या होगा? I'll tell you my example. After I left Big Fours, for 8 months I was doing nothing. I decided, although I'm in my father's practice, but I never got into those audits or the Companies Act thing or GST or income tax thing. I used to do income tax representative because that is what I did at tribunal level, but nothing more than that. That drafting keeps you alert. Two things that as a chartered accountant you should always do is, one, maybe if you like drawing, if you like any habit, something that involves creativity, something that involves use of your left brain. I don't know, this is theory, I don't know whether it's true or not, but you should always keep yourself occupied. So I like to do, so for example, if you see this presentation, the colors, for example, you see the bulb on the top, you see everything that I do, I want to do it in a particular manner. You see the presentation, the fonts, everything that you do has to be some logic, some reasoning. You will not find a single old font that I've used. These are all something, and believe me, these fonts, there are fonts which reduce ink by up 70%. There are fonts like I'll share with you on the chat. use these kind of, oh sorry, this has gone to Shruti madam. These are some of the fonts that reduce your ink cost, and these are Microsoft fonts because they are rounded. So I'm saying these research will help you when you stay creative, when you stay upright. You know, play a guitar, do a cycling, or do whatever exercise. I'm anything. I've got a chance, so I'm sharing all of these. But you, I'm sure, must be doing all of this. But keep indulging into those activities, and see you can really bring out the best in any engagement that you are part of. Now, coming to the other part of business, this one, social business planning, stress asset consultancy, succession planning, and now talking about virtual CFO. Before that, let me talk about this one role. This field is something that is gonna be a very, very top thing. Public finance and government accounting. And I am very, very excited about it because this is one place where chartered accountants are making a headway. छोटी छोटी जगह पे जहां पर भी आप जाओ, people and center, believe me, central government is ensuring that हम लोग grants नहीं देंगे जब तक आप अपना MIS नहीं दोगे, budgets नहीं दोगे. People don't know these ग्राम पंचायत जो इतना बड़ा बड़ा कलेक्टर जो इतने बड़े बड़े खर्चे करते हैं, इतने बड़े बड़े प्रोजेक्ट्स चलाते हैं, be it irrigation, be it whatever, plantation or whatever. आज प्रशांत जी ने बोला प्लांट करो, आप प्लान तो कर लो, पर इंश्योर करो किसी कलेक्टर के पास जाओ, बोलो आप प्लांट प्रोजेक्ट लगा रहे हो क्या, चलो उसका कॉस्ट बनाते हैं, एस्टिमेट बनाते हैं, ये करते हैं, ग्रांट्स लेके करते हैं वो काम. बिलीव मी, सोशल काम तो कर ही रहो, बट अपने लिए एक अपॉर्चुनिटी क्रिएट कर रहे हो, एक एडवाइजरी क्रिएट कर रहे हो. डू अ MIS, डू अ डैशबोर्ड, डू अ एक्सपेंस स्टेटमेंट, डू अ बजटिंग एनालिसिस फॉर देम, बट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट ऑल आर द, मतलब आई डोंट नो, हम लोग के टाइम पे सिविक्स बोलते थे, सिविक्स पढ़ो कि यू नो हाउ इज द स्ट्रक्चर. सो ग्राम पंचायत, उसके ऊपर कौन, ऐसे कलेक्टर, ये वो कौन कौन होते हैं म्यूनिसिपल बॉडीज में, रेगुलेटरी बॉडीज में. Go and talk to them, go and interact with them, do a outreach program, do a training program with them, and see you will get so much, because for them it is important that they do double accounting. It is important that they create budgets. It is important. वो लोग है ना देते नहीं, तो उनके grants सब रुके हुए हैं. And the central government now this time has made sure that they will not be sanctioning grants if you not provide this. So they definitely need chartered accountant services. So wherever you are from, whichever place you are from, do this. And absolutely there's this course by ICI, do it, grab it, थोड़ा time डालो, you'll get to know more about it. मैंने तो आपको overall view दिया, picture दिया, but believe me, so for example, I'll tell you one small example. A chartered accountant who has done, यहाँ से मुंबई से there is around at 130 kilometers दूर एक छोटा सा village है, I'm not naming it. वहाँ पर पूरा आदिवासी कम्युनिटी रहता है, बहुत छोटा सा कम्युनिटी है. उधर एक ही स्कूल है, म्यूनसिपैलिटी स्कूल, म्यूनसिपैलिटी क्या वो जो भी उसका ग्राम पंचायत स्कूल है, एंड इट्स अ गर्ल्स स्कूल. मतलब उसमें और कोई जाता नहीं था, गर्ल्स तो जाती नहीं थे. सो यू नो कॉन्स्टेंटली थ्रू सोशल एक्टिविटीज दे एंश्योर दैट दीज गर्ल्स कम टू स्टडी. चलता रहा प्रोजेक्ट, बहुत चलता रहा. नाउ व्हाट इज डन इज ही हैज अडॉप्टेड द एंटायर स्कूल. सो अराउंड 45-50 गर्ल्स आर देयर इन दैट स्कूल. ही हैज अडॉप्टेड दैट, गिवन लैपटॉप्स टू ऑल ऑफ देम. They have never seen in life these laptops. They have taken the, so उनको ट्रेनिंग दिया, उनको सिखाया गया है. So believe me, an entire KPO is being operated by these girls. उनको कॉमर्स की अकाउंटिंग सिखा दी है, टैली सिखा दिया, सब कुछ कर दिया है, क्विक बुक सिखा दिया है. सो US बेस्ड अकाउंटिंग जो हो रहा है और ये सब जो हो रहे हैं, दिस गाय मतलब वहां पर उसने इंटरनेट बनवा दिया, बिकॉज कलेक्टर जैसी ग्राम पंचायत सरपंच लोग को मालूम पड़ा इतना सब कुछ कर रहा है, प्लस ही इज गिविंग देम रेम्यूनरेशन ऑल्सो. So मतलब ये सब करने के बावजूद he is providing them remuneration also. So Adivasi community, just imagine the kind of respect, the kind of thing that they've developed. And look at this chartered accountant, जो cost एक resource का मुंबई में 30,000 या 35,000 होता है for this, he is doing it at 5,000 or 7,000, and 50 people एक साथ, और कहीं और जाएंगे नहीं. They'll not leave, ट्रेन होके इधर उधर जाएंगे नहीं. They'll stay because they are loyal. No, उनको तो और कुछ है ही नहीं, उनके लिए तो मतलब it is something beyond their imagination. Their lives have been made and whatnot. So believe me, all of us have that potential, all of us have that capability, all of us have that capacity to create some value for others. It is just about that time when we can do it. और ये सब examples हैं, और examples से ही हम समझते हैं. See, otherwise we will not know also what all can we do. But believe me, more and more if you go and network, more and more in groups, if you go out to an outreach program, you will find opportunities there. And I'm just imagining one of us, maybe आज इस ये जो session में कोई एक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट थोड़े दिन बाद, 1-2 साल बाद या 3 साल बाद बोले कि बॉस ये पूरा विलेज इज नाउ अ स्मार्ट विलेज इज रन बाय अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट हु इज डन एडवाइजरी टू दिस कलेक्टर, और पूरा मतलब जगह जगह पे स्कूल चला रहा है, वो आमिर खान जैसे वो करता है ना 3 इडियट्स में, एक पूरा कॉलेज लेह लद्दाख में, वो चक्की का आटा और वो सब सब मतलब यूज कर रहा है टेक्नोलॉजी एंड ऑल दैट. बिलीव मी, इट्स पॉसिबल, इट्स डूएबल, ऑल ऑफ अस कैन डू दैट. अपने पास गूगल है, कुछ भी चीज हम लोग पूछ सकते हैं, ये कैसे बनाना, वो कैसे करना है. आज बेकरी कर ही रहे ना हम लोग, सारे बेकर्स को छोड़ के घर पे केक बन रहा है. तो यू नो ऑल ऑफ दिस वी आर डूइंग इट सो इनोवेटिवली. So we can really change lives of so many people through this kind of role. Now comes virtual CFO. I don't know if people are really interested or not. Again, checking with all of you. Are you interested, people? Please tell me yes, so I go ahead. नहीं तो half an hour में question answers लेके close कर सकते हैं. You know, we are all, wow, great. ऑर्गेनाइजर्स के अलावा कोई और बोल नहीं रहा है. क्या करे प्रशांत भाई, सिर्फ ऑर्गेनाइजर के लिए थोड़ा है. सोशल बिजनेस प्लानिंग राखी जी, अभी मैं सोशल बिजनेस प्लानिंग जो बता रहा हूँ अभी. आई हैव अ फैंटास्टिक केस स्टडी, 8 month पीरियड का केस स्टडी है ये. आई एम गोना टेल यू दैट. पर आप अकेले हो तो अपन तो फोन पे बात कर लेंगे. राखी मैडम, क्या है, अभी प्रशांत भाई ने बोला कैंपेनिंग भी करना है ना, तो कैन डू दैट. बट पीपल प्लीज interact, chat. Really, do you want to know? Let me know. तो हम करें, नहीं तो we can wind it up. मतलब we are anyways close to closing. Great. All right. Okay. Now comes, how many of you know a big consulting firm of the world, one of the big names of in consulting in the world? Any if you can chat. Oh, Bhushan bhai, amazing. BCG, bang on. Okay, or anyone else? और कोई. भूषण जी, अपन बात करते हैं बाद में यार. कैसे हमारे माइंड्स एकदम, हर जवाब आपने दिया है. वेरी गुड, रियली हैप्पी. डेलॉइट, ओके सर. सर इतना बड़ा कंसल्टिंग नहीं रहा वो. बिगर नेम्स एंड इन ट्रू टर्म्स, इनफैक्ट ट्रू टर्म्स कंसल्टिंग. So BCG is one more big name, मतलब it's a very common name. तो क्योंकि मैं उसका एग्जांपल आपको देने वाला हूँ. मैकेंसी, ओके, परफेक्ट राइट सर. MCK, मैकेंसी, ओके. दोनों आंसर मिल गए, इसलिए आई एम गोइंग अहेड. ये दोनों these two consulting, no, they charge very, they are very expensive. And why are they expensive is why I'll tell you. They have पार्टनर, मतलब he's like a Elon Musk type of a personality. इतना कमाता है वो, मतलब बहुत बड़ी तोप हस्ती हो गया वो. पार्टनर है, उनके नीचे डायरेक्टर है, एसोसिएट डायरेक्टर है, सीनियर मैनेजर है, मैनेजर है, ग्रुप ऑफ फेरी लाइक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स लाइक मी, मतलब एक्सपीरियंस 10 years 15 years चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट हु आर कॉल्ड एज मतलब फ्रेशर्स. इफ यू कॉल फ्रेशर्स इन आवर कैटेगरी, फॉर देम इट इज दैट रोल, एसोसिएट्स बोलते हैं वो. और तो उनके नीचे बाकी दूसरा स्टाफ रहता है. दे आर डिफरेंट प्रोफेशनल्स. नाउ अ टीम ऑफ एसोसिएट्स ऑफ ऑलमोस्ट मे बी मोर देन 3-4, मैनेजर, अ सीनियर मैनेजर एंड एसोसिएट डायरेक्टर. ये इतनी बड़ी टीम, जब भी वो कोई मैंडेट लेते हैं कंसल्टिंग का, एडवाइजरी का, इतनी बड़ी टीम वो क्लाइंट के उधर जाके बैठती है, उधर ही बैठी रहती है 6 महीने बस, और फीस भी ले रहे हैं और बैठे हैं. और एवरी 15 डे पे सीनियर मैनेजर रिपोर्ट करता है एसोसिएट डायरेक्टर को. एसोसिएट डायरेक्टर एवरी 30 days टॉक्स टू अ डायरेक्टर. और ऑलमोस्ट एवरी मंथ या फिर बाय मंथ, सॉरी क्वार्टरली, पार्टनर हु इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल, और वो पार्टनर अमॉन्ग्स देमसेल्व्स दे डू इट इन एवरी 10 days और 15 days. रिव्यू चलता है हर प्रोजेक्ट का. नाउ how did this experience come to me is through again. There was a young chartered accountant who had come. He was a ranker from a small little place in MP. He came to my office. He came to Mumbai and he said, "Sir, I know you're a big name in forensics, but I want to do something in forensic or something like that. I want to do that." This is last to last year. He came and I had become a regional council member only. So therefore people started knowing me. So therefore he came and he said, I am not that big enough to hire a ranker, because ranker for me in Mumbai is almost like a 12 lakh, 18 lakh wala banda. Now we cannot do, we are doing it. हम लोग खुद ही हम resources है. We believe in doing every engagement on our own. But no, sir, I'm here to work as an article trainee if you want, whatever is fine, but I want to just do an experience. One thing that he always had in mind was within 8 months or a 10 months period, he has to go back to his hometown because his family was not well to do. And he comes from, there were some medical problems. He said, I have little time only, I have to learn whatever I can. Believe me, we did wonderful engagements and he's done a superb job all throughout. And really, one of the biggest engagements that we did, that Vicky read also, and we worked on a national asset which is of national importance in this country. We worked on that engagement and he's been really given a certificate by one of the big agency of doing a wonderful job and presenting that report also very effectively in just a 8-month period. Believe me, genius. In that, when we were working for that engagement, they had BCG on board. So therefore, this guy for a 3 months, 4 months was reporting there only and was working from there only, but was totally in touch with what these BCG people were doing. And then one fine day, so he said, "Sir, I have to go now back home." And like, fine, okay, fine. I mean, we tried saying we could work some solution, but he went back home. And I told him that वहाँ पर जाके तू compliance में मत घुस जाना. बोला सर मेरे को आता ही नहीं है, सीखा भी नहीं है, तो कर भी नहीं सकता. And every now and then, whenever he used to go, and we used to talk. He used to call and say, "Sir, frustrated हो गया हूँ. These people are only asking me to do income tax return, GST, और वो भी like a obligation. अरे यार तू इतना बड़ा CA रैंकर है, क्योंकि क्या बिलबोर्ड छप जाता है ना, रैंकर है ये वो सब है, तो सबको मालूम है छोटे से जगह में MP में, तो सब आते थे. बोला अरे लाला मेरा रिटर्न भर दे, अरे बाबू ये कर दे, अरे ये जरा देखना कुछ आया है, नोटिस आया है, पत्र आया है, whatever XYZ. So I'm just trying to dramatize it, but believe me, he faced a lot of time. Then what he said was, one fine day he called me, "Sir, I need a particular support in terms of what should I do in a situation." मैं बोला तू कर क्या रहा है? बोला सर BCG. बोला क्या? 3 months he was sitting at a small little kirana shop. बोला क्यों? बोला कुछ है नहीं सर करने को. तो what I did was I just sat with him, and because 3 months I've seen he's been exploited heavily. बोला कैसे? The way these things work, and he's a big man, he's a good landlord, he has he's a money lender also, but the way he works in his shop is absolutely pathetic. He doesn't even know कि उसके debtors कितने हैं, उसके कितना outstanding पड़ा है. बोला फिर करता कैसे काम? बोला सर माल लाके भरता है, जो आते हैं वो ले जाते हैं और एक पेपर पे लिख के ले जाते हैं, चिट्ठी ले जाते हैं सब लोग. बोला इसके पास क्या रिकॉर्ड है? बोला इसके पास रिकॉर्ड नहीं. He knows each and every person there. So what he does is one fine day he picks up and goes out for a walk for recovery. बोला कैसे? तो किसी घर में गया, उसको बोलता है क्या है, तो वो सब अपनी चिट्ठी लेके आते थे कि इतना आउटस्टैंडिंग है, तो समझो 4,850 रुपीज आउटस्टैंडिंग है, तो चलो 4,500 लिया, चाय पिया, आ गया. बोला इतनी महंगी चाय पीता है? ताज में नहीं इतनी महंगी चाय. तो बोला हाँ सर. मतलब 1,000 रुपए की चाय पी के आ जाता है बेचारा, छोड़ के आ जाता है, जो भी मिलता है he brings it back. मतलब what have you done? मतलब exactly what I've started doing is मतलब कि एक काम कर, sit with the computer there and whatever billing that he is doing, start recording it. He said okay fine. So he sat with the computer and then of course this guy was saying कि तू क्या इधर कर रहा है, जा कहीं और काम कर, शहर में जा, बड़ा whatever. He said नहीं कोई बात नहीं, आपसे मुझे बता दो कौन है. So whenever that someone used to come in, he used to say अरे वाह आपका क्या नाम है, नाम डाला, फोन नंबर डाला, पता डाला, and he used to started recording this KYC. For 1 month he did that, and then he told him, "Sir, ये देखो आपने इतना सारा तो उधार पे दे रखा है माल, जो आया कैश हो तो आपके पास है." This guy got mad. बोला what are you saying? इतना? Yes, इतना. तो उसने क्या किया? One more educated person from the village, a girl, he asked her to sit here and just start recording these transactions on the computer. So for 3 months he did that, and of course we were in touch of what should be done. He started doing that, and then one fine day he said, so this is I'm talking about a virtual CFO role. You have to be there, you have to implement these changes. आपके बोलने से ये change नहीं होते हैं. This is the BCG way, this is the McKinsey way. Believe me, all of us can do that. Small little kirana shop I'm talking about, what he did is wonderful. He started sitting there, he started making this, and then he said, sir ये देखो ये ऐसे बन गया है. तो पहले तो demonstrate करना पड़ता है, 2 महीना 3 महीना he just did to demonstrate what he can really do something wonderful for his business. आज आप एक रिपोर्ट लेके जाते हो या कुछ लिख के जाते हो कि हम आपके लिए ये कर देंगे, नहीं. Take a chance, start working there, show your capabilities, and then see whether you get that engagement or not. Really, can you do a value add to them or not? He agreed कि चल ठीक है भाई, तू ये कर ले. तो he said कि एक काम करते हैं, अब से हम लोग जो भी करेंगे ना उसका आपको पूरा. तो when he went out for recovery, he gave a printout. अब जब गया, he was shocked to see वो बिल लेके आते हैं तो उसमें बताते इतना है, but as per computer record it was much more higher. तो बोला अरे हो सकता है वो धुल गई हो, वो पेपर मिस हो गया हो, ये हो गया वो हो गया, चलो आप ये कर लो. बोला नहीं अब तो इतना पूरा दे दो, नहीं तो ठीक है रहने दो. Believe me, he started doing a wonderful recovery. Now that was a pilot project that he ran very successfully. Second step, we were always in touch, so we said let's start doing a proper so what he did was, अभी मैं full time बैठूंगा नहीं, मैंने इसको बिलर मशीन मंगा दी और वो बिल निकालने लग गए. अब वो क्या हो गया, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक रिकॉर्ड ऑटोमेटिकली जनरेट होने लग गया. तो हर एक पार्टी का, तो व्हाट ही स्टार्टेड डूइंग इज स्मॉल लिटिल बिलर मशीन कि ये नाम में, अच्छा ये रिकॉर्ड पे कर दिया, और उसकी एंड ऑफ द डे पे अकाउंटिंग करने लग गए. वो अकाउंटिंग हो गई, ऑटोमेटिकली बिगर पिक्चर कम्स इन टू माइंड कि अरे यार इतना सारा है, इतने डेटर्स है, इतने लेजर्स है, ये पार्टीज है, ये क्लाइंट्स है. तो ये सर बहुत बढ़िया है, बहुत बढ़िया. तो अब रिकवरी और बढ़ती जाएगी. नाउ ही सेड कि सर अब आपको तो फ्री होना है, हमको भी फ्री होना है, टेक्नोलॉजी और कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं. So all of this started working out. Now time to reduce the receivables. In fact, the period of receivables, मतलब working capital को free करना has become of much more importance. Margins इतने बड़े नहीं है retail में, but if we can start realizing receivables in a very effective manner, it will work wonder. तो बोला चलो ठीक है, क्या करेंगे. बोला आप जो हर महीने 2 महीने में जाते हो, अब आप 10-15 दिन में आप बाहर जाओ. बोला तो दुकान कौन संभालेगा. बोला आपको संभालने की जरूरत क्या है, ये आदमी लोग हैं. बोला कैसे है, कौन क्या बेच रहा है, किसे मालूम नहीं. Then he came out with a unique solution. Let's apply barcode. Let's start applying this barcode reader. तो वो लीकेज भी बंद हो जाएगा कि अगर कोई इतने अमाउंट में जा रहा है, उतने में जा रहा है, जो भी जा रहा है. सिंपल बिलर मशीन है, उसमें बारकोड रीडर आता है. What he started doing is started printing barcodes. अब उसके लिए थोड़ा सा एफर्ट्स लग रहे थे, बट वंस सेटअप, जितने उसके प्रोडक्ट्स है वो सारे के सारे सेटअप हो गए. सो इफेक्टिवली दे डिड ऑल दिस एक्सरसाइज, एंड फॉर दैट ही यूज्ड अ नॉर्मल लेबर, जिसको बोलता गया कि ये क्या क्या प्रोडक्ट है, आप बना के लिखते जाओ. एंड द वे इट वाज बीइंग टाइप्ड, दे स्टार्टेड रिकॉर्डिंग इन दिस, और उसके बारकोड बन के आने लगे. सिंपल मशीन है, बारकोड बन जाते हैं. तो प्राइस वाइज सब हो गई. तो आप जो भी बिल आएगा वो आप इसको बारकोड स्कैन करके दे दो. वेरी गुड, इफेक्टिव, सुपर. Now comes another problem. After all of this, what do we do? अभी भी वो उधार पे जा रहा है, अभी भी ये जा रहा है. So then we were always conversing. So we said, now is the time when you have already streamlined so many things. Why don't we do one thing? Here we were working for a very big advertising company. For them, one thing was जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. यहाँ पर what happens is ये लोग आते हैं अपनी रिक्वायरमेंट लेके कि ये दे दो, और वो ले जाते हैं. He suggested कि सर why don't we do something, let them purchase it on their own. बोला ऐसे कैसे. बोला you change the interior, you change the dynamics of your show, of your shop. बोला कैसे. बोला इतना जो आप स्टोरेज लगा रखे हो उसको let's organize into racks. तो डिस्प्ले यूनिट्स बना दिए. So the shop becomes a little wider, everything is displayed, and a person takes a U-turn, मतलब goes inside the shop, goes all around, billing, and then goes out. ओके फाइन. तो वहां से वो भी फ्री हो गया. एंड अ पर्सन हु वाज ओनली वर्किंग इन गोइंग आउट एंड ब्रिंगिंग प्रोडक्ट्स, मतलब जाके उसको ऑर्डर देते थे, वो लेके आता था, उसका रोल अब हो गया पैकिंग एंड पुटिंग इट ऑन रैक्स, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग. तो वो भी फ्री हो गया रिसोर्स. सो काफी रिसोर्स फ्री हो गए एंड दे वर पुट इनटू सम अदर जॉब. नाउ दिस वन रिसोर्स इज इफेक्टिवली डूइंग एवरीथिंग. अगर ऊपर से कुछ चाहिए तो ही इज देयर, ही इज पुटिंग इट आउट. नाउ कम्स अ ब्रिलियंट गेम. ब्रांडेड प्रोडक्ट्स के साथ लूज प्रोडक्ट्स खुद की ब्रांडिंग के लगा दो. इन द सेंस पैकिंग करके बेचना दो, आधा किलो, 1 किलो, 200 ग्राम, पाव भर, वॉट एवर, अब आप वो लगा दो. Look at this value. People who used to come for say 1 thing, 2 thing, 3 thing, now they were buying 10 things because अरे घूमते अरे ये भी चाहिए. अभी हम आए हैं सपोज लेने ब्रेड, बोला यार भुजिया भी ले लेते हैं. अरे मैगी नहीं है, मैगी भी ले लेते हैं. अरे यार सॉस नहीं है, सॉस ले लेते हैं. चीज ले लेते हैं. कुछ और ले, ये भी हमको, आई एम श्योर अभी भूख लग गई होगी सब लोग को, बट आई एम सेइंग दिस बिकम्स द होराइजन. हम जाते एक चीज लेने बट उठा लाते हैं बहुत सारी चीज. इफेक्टिवली इफ वी स्टार्ट, एंड दिस इज अ स्टडी बाय BCG which we read while we were doing that engagement, and he implemented that then and there, and believe me, and the shop has become a, तो जो branded products है वो तो रहे, for example sugar, for example atta, for example all of these, but he started now, so the margins on non-branded products, so they are cheaper also, same packaging but higher margin for the owner, and they started going off the shelf very fast because it is up to them to choose what they want. तो प्राइस देखते हैं, अरे यार इतने सस्ते में ये 50 रुपए में ये आधा किलो, और ये 43 रुपीज में, 45 रुपीज में ये, लेट मी बाई दिस. सेम वैल्यू है, सेम. ज्यादा ज्यादा क्या है, दे आस्क फॉर वेरिफिकेशन, वैलिडेशन. तो हमारे तो सब रेडी है, बोला ये अच्छा है, और अच्छा है, क्या बात कर रहे हो, सबसे बेस्ट है तो लेके जाओ. हम तो क्या है, हमारे लिए तो सब अच्छा है, आप जाओ, नहीं आया तो अगली बार दूसरा ले जाना. So that started happening. Now comes a classic. We started doing this. So the sales increased tremendously, monthly folds. Now was the time to in fact get rid of debtors overall, totally. तो कैसे? Simple, that biller machine, आप अपना डालो, ये बिल जनरेट हुआ, आप बाहर नहीं लेके जा सकते जब तक आप पेमेंट नहीं करो. तो जो रैक आता है ना, वो बिल तभी आता है, माल तभी आता है, तभी है. आप पेमेंट कर दो और ये ले जाओ, पेमेंट कर दो ले जाओ. Believe me, of course, what I'm saying is making things look so easier, but it took 8 months and constantly advising, constantly talking, constantly reaching out. This guy has freed over 8 crores of his fund from working capital. 8 crores. Small place, small town, retail shop. कितना इन्वेंट्री में फंसा हुआ पैसा, कितना डेटर्स में फंसा हुआ पैसा, कितना इंटरेस्ट फॉरगॉन, अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट, एंड मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली, most importantly, margins. This should be your virtual CFO. This should be your role. This should be everything that you want to do to add value to a business. The best part what he did was, he never said that, he said he never asked for remuneration. The moment he saw results, he was more than happy to pay him heavily, because not only his money improved, not only his working cycle improved, not only his margins improved, but his time. He started investing in his own health, in his family, in all of this. Now, with so much of cash surplus, just 2 years, just last December that I'm talking of, we were discussing about what to do with so much of surplus that he had, because he used to be a money lender, and if he unorganized money lending karta, it is coming at a huge risk. So what he did was, and this is what I'm talking about, social business planning here. He said, look at a shop, look at an opportunity nearby. You have a real estate where you can work. Yes, you can work. What can you do out of it? Look at that particular person, a cement franchisee. He was in the business of distributing cement across the town or maybe whatever. He had that franchise. Say X cement X. He said cement A, B, C भी available है. उनका काम भी आप ये कर सकता है. हमको क्या करना है? We have to bring in some security deposit. We have to do something. Set up another shop. Set up an address and let him work for this. You don't have to invest in trucks or manpower. That he will do. वो उसी के नेटवर्क में ये भी सीमेंट बेचेगा, ये भी सीमेंट बेचेगा, but in a different name. Let the profit come. You spend it, but your money utilized and returns much more better timely. This guy happens to be his estranged cousin. Property dispute, ye wo dispute, families are not talking to each other, whatever XYZ. They sat together. He told them that let's do this, let's work out. Tera ko hi zyada paisa banega. Probably you will become happier. And this model, what he was working in this kirana, he started doing it for the cement also, cement business also. How to do effectively receivables or whatever. हम लोग इतना नाम देते हैं, ये जो हमने नाम दिया है, वहाँ पर तो बहुत ही सिंपल, हमारा पैसा कैसे फ्री हो सकता है, कैसे ज्यादा ब्याज पे चढ़ सकता है और कैसे जल्दी मिल सकता है. Cash flow, boss. Everything is about cash flow. Profitability कोई नहीं देखता है. In fact, profitability is a fictional funda when it comes to business, when it comes to real business. This way, now imagine yourself. You know there are people who don't have second generation, for example. They are seniors. Don't go and give them an impression that you are here to take up their business. जब उसको कभी भी जैसे वो शॉप पे बैठता था ना, he always said कि तू संभाल ले. बोला मेरा संभालना नहीं, ये सब मुझे मत बोलो आप. मैं आपकी फीस लूंगा मेरी और मेरा काम खत्म. I don't want a single thing from this. You just give me the fees. Today, he is running businesses for almost 38 entities, and he is earning a good amount, more than 1 crore per annum, by just doing this for each and every businesses and a small place. Believe me, money is more. The biggest achievement that I see that he's doing is now he is working for a big mandi. मतलब वहाँ पर that place is known for it's a big marketplace. Mandi जो बोलते हैं हम लोग, for a particular grain. I don't want to give you details, but he's doing that work. Phenomenal work. Phenomenal. And not only that, he's ensured. When funds start coming in, when cash starts coming in, these people become chivalrous. These people become trustees. These people become social causes, social activities become much more on the rise. So education increases, literacy increases. Everything you can do it very effectively, constructively. All of the water projects, all of this project, that project. Right now, as we speak, we are already presenting a proposal, because of course that firm name and everything, to the collector of that place for doing a wonderful clean water project for that village. Every house has a water. Every house should have a tap, be it the smallest of the huts, be it whatever actually. That entire project is being conceptualized by him. The advisory, the entire budgeting, the entire MIS. Believe me, so many. मतलब एक आप समझ लो ना कि हर्ट्स कितने होते हैं. हर एक में जाके एक एस्टिमेट बनाना कि इतना पाइप लगेगा, इतना लेंथ लगेगा, ये लगेगा, resources, the entire engineering work for that town, on behalf of the collector, is being done by a chartered accountant. And that is the way. And believe me, today, so when he went from here, 3 months, 4 months, he did nothing. He just sat on the shop. He just observed what is happening. He developed. This is what is the BCG way. This is what is the McKinsey way. And believe me, they work in this manner. I don't know, they must be doing something else also, but this is what I have seen. And this is what is, I don't know, God has been kind that it worked for us. It worked through this person, this genius guy. And he did that he did that reason. Now think about it. If you all can start really working for a client of your own, see if you can value add, see if you can, जैसे मैंने एक statement दिया था, make it debt free or improvise their cash flows. Otherwise, people are forced into doing something else क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं से कोई advice कोई देता है. So don't spread yourself. Don't spread your horizon too much. Work on one or two specifically. Involve yourself. Start working focused on. So jot down those items जिसमें आपको काम करना है. Drafting SOPs. This role ये बड़ा technical लगता है, बड़ा वो लगता है, but आप लोग ये कर सकते हो. इतना effectively we can make something and give it to him. Give it to every employee in his company कि यार ऐसे करो, ये procedures follow करो, and see the results. See what comes out. See what happens. It could be phenomenal. Try and give everything that people are doing in black and white in front of them on a paper. As a chartered accountant, we are the best people to do that. We can do it very, very, very effectively in real sense. And then comes next level is this succession planning, wills and deeds. Of course, we can have a very, very detailed, but I'm telling you, we are the best people to guide on this. Of course, you can do that only if you're totally involved. Don't ever take a risk of doing it outside. So, overall, it's just 6:54, 6 more minutes to go. I'm sure all of you must be waiting to go away. And the takeaways, the largest takeaways is focus on this particular aspect, work towards them very effectively, and believe me, there are ample opportunities around us. Involve yourself. These are all names, but believe me, all you have to start working is try use your network, do some research, create a case study for you to work on, involve yourself, get help from others, provide a solution. Cash flow becomes very, 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 the main crux of whatever that we can do is cash flow. आज जीएसटी में भी आपको याद है जब आया था तब सबसे पहले यही बात हुई थी कि प्रोफॉर्मा टैक्स बढ़ो, प्रोफॉर्मा टैक्स इनवॉइस दो, टैक्स इनवॉइस दो ही मत, नहीं तो जैसे आप इनवॉइस बना दोगे आपका तो पेबल आ जाएगा, सामने से आपने इकट्ठा किया कि नहीं मालूम, नहीं तो वर्किंग कैपिटल की धज्जियां उड़ जाएगी. प्रोफॉर्मा टैक्स दो, जैसे ही पेमेंट हुआ टैक्स इनवॉइस दो तो हमारा जीएसटी को पे करेंगे हम, नहीं तो नहीं करेंगे. वन ऑफ द क्लासिक मूव्स दैट वी एडवाइज्ड, we ensure that हर एक फॉर्म में हम यही कर रहे हैं. So the entire idea of pro forma invoices become so much more relevant. So all of this. Last tenders के लिए इतने लोगों ने बोला था. Believe me, if you are good with manpowers, and this is something that as a service that you can provide in a wonderful manner. Two things. One is you can first scale up yourself, first design yourself to fulfill a tender. जितने आप टेंडर्स देखोगे ना उतने आप अपने आप को देखते जाओगे where are we on these classification. So CAG की एक क्लासिफिकेशन होती है, MEF की क्लासिफिकेशन होती है, हर एक की कैटेगरीज होती है. बट look at public tenders, and this I am coming from public finance government accounting perspective. बहुत जल्दी these people will come out with tenders कि हमको ये लोग चाहिए, ऐसे चाहिए, वैसे चाहिए, और ये सेट करने वाला भी कोई CA होगा ऊपर. You have to be one step ahead. देखो how can you make your firm. नेटवर्किंग गाइडलाइंस आ गए हैं, पार्टनरशिप्स आ गए हैं, create a sense, create an ecosystem of working together in a very transparent manner. ये मत देखो मतलब समझो एक केक है तो अगर आप आज 2 जन हो तो केक 2 में बट रहा है, बट बिलीव मी अगर आप 4 जन हो तो एक केक बड़ा ला सकते हो, भले ही आपको उसका पीस मिले पर एक बड़ा केक आ जाएगा आप लोग चारों के पास, आपके पास मिलेगा उतना ही आपको. थिंक अबाउट दैट. 2 जन मिलके इतना सा केक ले सकते हो, पर अगर 4 जन या 6 जन मिलके शायद बड़ा केक ले सकते हो और वो उतने में बढ़ सकता है. या उसको अलग अलग तरीके से बांटो, अलग अलग केक लाओ, मतलब कंट्रीब्यूट रादर देन टेक अवे. पार्टनरशिप्स बनाओ, प्लेटफॉर्म बनाओ, इन्वेस्ट इन अ स्केल, इन्वेस्ट इन योर प्लेटफॉर्म्स, यू विल गेट रिजल्ट्स. तो दिस इज गोना हैपन. टेंडर्स में एक बहुत बड़ा रोल है, और ये कब करोगे जब आप देखते रहोगे, फॉलो करते रहोगे. और दूसरा, इफ यू हैव अ गुड मैन पावर यू कैन योरसेल्फ बिकम अ टेंडरिंग एजेंसी. बिलीव मी इट्स अ ह्यूज बिजनेस. आपने एक क्लाइंट के लिए आपने ये सब काम करना शुरू किया ना, अब आपको सिर्फ वो बेचना है, तो आपका कॉस्ट तो रिकवर हो गया, अब जो भी आ रहा है वो प्रॉफिट है, जो भी आ रहा है वो बिजनेस है आपका, ऊपर ही ऊपर है. एंड ऑल यू नीड इज 2 or 3 पीपल हु आर वेरी गुड इन ज्योग्राफीज. वहां से जितने जितने पब्लिक सेक्टर साइट्स है उस पर रोज विजिट कर रहे हैं, एज ए SOP सामने बना है, इस पे देगा, इस पे देगा, इस पे देगा, उसको कंबाइन करना है. बहुत सिंपल सॉफ्टवेयर आता है, उसमें डालना है, अपलोड करना है, पुश करना है, मेल करना है. मतलब इट इज हार्डली अ 4 people जॉब. बट ट्रेनिंग इज इंपॉर्टेंट, ensuring relevance is important, timing is important, and it's a very very thriving business model. very very. और आप मत उलझो, एक आदमी जो ऑलरेडी KPO चला रहा है, कुछ कर रहा है, उसको ये आइडिया दो, हेल्प करो, बनाओ, ग्रो करो, चलाओ. नेटवर्क आपके पास है, CS के सारे नेटवर्क्स में भिजवाओ. बाहर और कितने नेटवर्क्स आप ले सकते हो, कितने डेटाबेस ले सकते हो, उन सबको एड्रेस करो. it's gonna be massive. And of course one is agencies. all of these agencies जैसे पब्लिक गवर्नमेंट फाइनेंस अकाउंटिंग में है, वैसे all of these agencies are looking for some of the other options, some good chartered accountant, some transparent people to work with. I think all of this can be done very very effectively from all of you. So this is what I wanted to create. Everything is done on this. This I've done already. ये प्रशांत भाई बोलिए क्या पहले ये कि नहीं? this is something, these lines are very dear to me, very close to me, and I really believe they really can inspire you to a next level, especially these right hand side में. डुबकियां सिंधु में गोताखोर लगाता है, जा जाकर खाली हाथ लौट कर आता है, मिलते नहीं सहजी मोती गहरे पानी में, बढ़ता दूना उत्साह इसी हैरानी में. सी हम लोग की लाइफ ऐसी है, हम लोग इतनी मेहनत कर रहे हैं, इतना हार्ड डाल रहे हैं, वही कंप्यूटर्स आपके पास है, वही मेरे पास है, वो इंटरनेट आप है, मेरे पास है, वही इंडिया आपका है, वो इंडिया मेरा है, सब कर रहे हैं, फिर भी हैरानी है कि यार इतना बड़ा डिवाइड है, एक ये इतना काम कर रहा है, हम इतना कर रहे हैं, हम ये नहीं कर रहे हैं. डुबकियां सिंधु में गोताखोर लगाता है, जा जाकर खाली हाथ लौट कर आता है, मिलते नहीं सहज ही मोती गहरे पानी में, बढ़ता दुगना उत्साह इसी हैरानी में, मुट्ठी उसकी खाली हर बार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती. असफलता एक चुनौती है, इसे स्वीकार करो, क्या कमी रह गई है देखो और सुधार करो, जब तक ना सफल हो तुम नींद चैन को त्यागो, संघर्ष का मैदान छोड़कर मत भागो, कुछ किए बिना ही जय जयकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. आई रियली स्ट्रांगली बिलीव इन दीज लाइन्स. आज हम लोग एक दूसरे को हम मिलते हैं, बात करते हैं, देखते हैं कि यार हमने सबने इंडिविजुअली कुछ ना कुछ किया है, इसलिए आज हम सब लोग एक दूसरे को प्रेज कर रहे हैं या बात करते हैं. एज अ रीजनल काउंसिल मेंबर क्या हमने किया है? ओनली थिंग इज जो इतना बड़ा एक्सपीरियंस मिलता है, वी आर ट्राइंग टू ब्रिंग इट ऑल टुगेदर सो दैट वी ऑल कैन फ्लरिश, एंड देयरफॉर we are welcomed and we are looking at this. But otherwise you and me all are chartered accountants. It's all about that perspective, it's all about that thought process. एक ही स्टेटमेंट, उलझो मत, अपने आप को उलझाओ मत किसी भी चीज में. ट्राई एंड डू समथिंग, गिव सम टाइम फॉर योर ओन सेल्फ. नेटवर्किंग इज लाइक नॉट वर्किंग, एब्सोल्युटली. एंड वी आर ब्लेस्ड विद अ बिग एल्यूमनाई. हम लोग सब, बहुत बार मैं जाता हूँ, मेरे को बोलते हैं सर MBA CA और एल्यूमनाई नहीं है. मैं बोल रहा हूँ हमारे पास इतना बड़ा नेटवर्क है, इतना बड़ा एल्यूमनाई है, पर हमने कभी उसको एल्यूमनाई जैसे ट्रीट नहीं किया है. आई डोंट नो, किसी से भी मैं पूछूं आपके बैच के कोई CA को आप बोलो जानते हो, बुलाओ. हम बैच वाइज किसी को जानते नहीं, किसी को बुलाते नहीं. बट one thing that can strongly connect all of us is, are you of the same batch? Oh yes, great. And stay in touch or whatever. Alumni has a bigger strength. We are a superb alumni. 3 lakh of us, 3,30,000 right now, all of us. इतना बड़ा alumni और इतना powerful alumni किसी के पास नहीं है. But it is only about networking. Do network very effectively. So that's it from my end. 7 o'clock, 7:02. I think that's the end. Any questions? If you have any, we'll be happy to. Vardhe sir, wow, great to have you around. Over to the fantastic managing committee of both the branches.
Prashant sir.
Mute पे Prashant sir. I think someone will have to unmute.
I will unmute.
Yeah. I am waiting for the questions if there are any questions.
Friends, if you're there, friends, if you're listening, if you really like the session, apart from the organizers, see, they are compulsory to tell, sir, it was a good session. But if you really, Bhagwan Tiwari ji, thank you. So let us know, the best thing that you can do. So for the whatever energy that I put in today in this webinar, one thing that I can expect and deserve is maybe feedback, good and bad, whatever it is. It's a feedback. It will always help us also grow and make it more relevant for people. Anything that you believe should be improvised, please let me know. I'm more than happy to it is the process that we have to learn and we have to grow. So or whatever, please do share your feedback. The chat box is all yours. सुनील जी, so happy आप शादी छोड़ के हमारे साथ लगे हुए हो.
सर मेरे साथ में एक और मेंबर है यवतमाल के.
अरे
इन्होंने भी, हाँ, मनीष केडिया.
मनीष भाई
सर, नाइस सेशन.
अरे आपको शादी में इधर पकड़ दिया वाला CA, चला जा, कॉन्वर्सेशन करते हैं, अपॉर्चुनिटी देखते हैं.
टेक्नोलॉजी का बेनिफिट है. सर बोले यवतमाल में भी, सर हमको पूरे यवतमाल को भी ज्वाइन कर लिया करो, बोले सर.
नहीं, डन बॉस, जहाँ आप केडिया जी बुला लो, हम आ जाएंगे यार.
हाँ सर, बिल्कुल अगली बार.
नहीं. See, case studies is important, and Snail madam, absolutely, happy that you have made this point. It is all about case studies. See, whenever we compare about CAs and MBAs, what do MBAs do? They spend a good amount, 15 lakh, 18 lakh, 20 lakhs, do a full-fledged CET, go to for 1 year, 2 years, they are all in one place. What do? They do networking. They get case studies. They discuss on these case studies. They talk a lot on these case studies. They do a lot of research. Then they get a brand. By doing all of this, they get a branding, and therefore they become employability. And lastly, they all are connected through an alumni network. मुझे बताओ इनमें से क्या चीज है जो सीए के पास नहीं है? कोई भी शहर में आप जाओ, कहीं पर भी जाओ. इनफैक्ट आई विल टेल यू वन ऑफ द प्लेसेस वेयर वी वर अंडर कवर एंड एक अफवाह ऐसी फैला दी थी कि हम लोग ये फैक्ट्री बंद करना है इन अ स्मॉल लिटिल प्लेस कॉल्ड सरायकेला. हालत खराब हो गई थी. सारे एम्प्लॉयज सब हथियार लेके खड़े हो गए थे उधर, चाकू खंजर. बहुत छोटा सा नक्सल एरिया है. वहां पर मुझे बचाने वाला, मुझे एक ही चीज जो उधर मुझे बचा पाया और हम लोग वापस आ सकते हैं वापस सिस्टमैटिकली, इज अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट. एंड बिलीव मी दैट इस कोने में जाके फर्स्ट थिंग आई डिड वाज रीच आउट टू द ब्रांच. अरे कौन सा ब्रांच इधर आसपास, उसको फोन किया. मतलब और कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा था. ब्रांच से उनको मालूम पड़ा उस एरिया में एक सीए है, 2 ही सीए थे उधर. मैंने उनका नंबर मिला, उनको फोन किया. उनको बोला मैं ऐसा सीआरपी काबरा हूँ, मुंबई से हूँ, यहाँ पर आए हुए हैं. बोला अरे सर रुको रुको. वो वहाँ के डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट, मतलब वहाँ की पुलिस डीएम को लेके आया, एसपी को लेके आया साथ में. उनकी गाड़ी में बैठा के मुझे सेफली लेके गए, अपने घर पे ले गए. स्मॉल लिटिल प्लेस एकदम, पर खाना खिलाया, सब कुछ बोला. ही एंश्योर दैट वी हैड अ गुड टाइम, क्योंकि अदरवाइज इट कैन बिकम रियली हॉरिबल एक्सपीरियंस फॉर समटाइम्स. जो हम जा रहे हैं काम करने के लिए, मतलब बिलीव मी एज अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट व्हेनेवर वी गो एंड रीच आउट दैट वी आर अ सीए, जो रिस्पांस मिलता है, जो फीडबैक, और कुछ नहीं. वो पानी घर पे लेके जाएगा, पानी पिलाएगा, ऑफिस में बैठाएगा, रिस्पेक्ट करेगा. इतना बड़ा एल्यूमिनाई नेटवर्क है. ओनली थिंग वी आर लैकिंग इज रिसर्च, केस स्टडीज अप्रोच. एंड इफ यू स्टार्ट डूइंग दैट, आई थिंक, मतलब अभी अगली बार पवन अगर जलगांव आ रहे हो प्रशांत के साथ ना, कोई केस स्टडी पे डिस्कस करो. बिलीव मी आई विल टेल यू कि यार हमने ब्रांच में ये किया, आपने ये किया, आपने अच्छा आपने ये किया, आपने ये किया. ओ वाओ. मतलब इट बिकम्स सच अ वेरी गुड टॉपिक टू टॉक ऑन. मतलब अदरवाइज एज अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, हाँ क्या हाल है, क्या नहीं है, ये वो, कट इट मैन. मतलब इट विल मेक अ लॉट ऑफ सेंस. आई एम टेलिंग यू. एंड दीज मॉडल्स, हम लोग 15-18 लाख रुपए कोई डालता नहीं, हम लोग को उल्टा पैसा मिलता है. सीए बनते ही हम लोग कहीं ना कहीं जॉब कर लेते हैं. वी गेट समथिंग, वी अर्न ओनली. बट बिलीव मी, वी डोंट डू दिस नेटवर्किंग, वी डोंट डू रिसर्च, वी डोंट डू दिस केस स्टडीज अप्रोच. ब्रांडिंग तो फिर रह ही जाती है हमारी, जबकि इतनी सॉलिड ब्रांडिंग है. So I'm saying, these are some these concepts are coming out, and we are blessed that when we meet so many people, we see so many things happening. We get to know so many things, and when we get a thanks Prashant and Sunilji for inviting me to share this on this platform. We are not realizing the intangible that we have.
Sir, there are a lot more feedbacks.
अरे मेरे को भी भेज दो यार.
Sure, sir.
It's happy to know, really we can make some difference somewhere.
Yes.
So see, एसवी जोगलेकर साहब, फिर किशोर काबरा जी, फिर रविंद्र खैरनार जी, सुनील महाले, एक एक का नाम लेते हैं अपन यार, तब ये लोग भूलेंगे कुछ. अदरवाइज दे आर अविनाश लांडगे जी, गौरव जैन, निखिल, इतने दिख रहे हैं. कम ऑन फ्रेंड्स, दिस इज द टाइम यू शुड टॉक अबाउट योरसेल्फ. फोटो चालू करो, एक फोटो ले लेते हैं सब लोग.
I will request members to please
switch on their cameras.
Well,
madam, if you are there. Tejal Dalal. Sharon is there. Hi Sharon, how are you? अरे वाह. सागर भाऊ, अभय, नीता मैडम, how are you? Great. So good to see you. सुपर यार. एक स्क्रीनशॉट ले लेते हैं, मस्त
ले लिया सर, ले लिया.
वाह. रविंद्र सर वेलकम. ग्रेट.
ले लिया सर.
Thank you sir, it was a very nice session. Really it is, मतलब जो बोलते ना सर, it was a discussion point. मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि it is only theoretical and we are feeding up something. It is a practical session, sir. It is really a practical session.
Yes, sir. Super.
So now I will request CA Sunil Salampuria ji to please give the closing remarks.
Thank you, Prashant ji. Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, you are audible.
Good evening to all of you. It is my pleasure to join this closing remark for the webinar, More and Beyond the Compliances and Insight for Opportunity for CAs. Sir has very well explained the opportunities, many opportunities for young chartered accountant. First of all, first and foremost, I, CA Sunil Salampuria, Chairman of Amravati branch, would like to appreciate appreciate to the speaker, CA Arpit Kabra sir, for organizing such a wonderful webinar for Amravati and Jalgaon branch jointly. My deepest attitude goes to all our respected members who had attended this webinar and help for the smooth conducting of the event. Dear members, we are seeing that each and every things regarding tax compliances, whether it may be GST, income tax, and any other laws are being converted from offline to online mode. Those days are gone, where we have to submit physical documents to the department. The technology has drastically changed our working style and scenario. We need to tap the technology and in the positive mode and consider it in a boom for us. We need to find new avenues and for for our bread and butter. And I am sure that our new generation members will be definitely get upper hands in this online working environment. We had also seen that nowadays the statutory compliances had been significantly increases. Uh, Sometimes it has been seen that it causes unnecessary trouble to us. And but dear members, I think we need to understand it as an opportunity, and we must attempt to accept this challenge, and one must positively think uh, to complete all the significant assignment given to us within time. We need to change our traditional working style and for waiting for the last moment and accepting the extension of due dates. In this traditional style, we are only suffering and making loss of the ourselves and in the time and also monetary consideration. So we must need to the strategy and completing their work within the due date and proactive and smoothly. So with these lines, I also share that one शायरी काम करो ऐसा कि एक पहचान बन जाए, हर कदम ऐसा चुनो कि निशान बन जाए, चाहे जिंदगी तो हर कोई काट लेता है, जिंदगी जियो इस कदर की मिसाल बन जाए. अर्पित भाई, जैसे आपने बताया कि अपार्ट फ्रॉम ट्रेडिशनल वर्क, जैसे आज का अपना सेमिनार जो रखे अपने बियॉन्ड द कॉम्प्लायंसेस वर्क, तो जैसे इतनी सारी अपॉर्चुनिटी बताया सर ने, इसके अंदर टेंडरिंग जो जिसको करना है, मेरा ये बोलना है कि मास्टरी करो उसके अंदर. और काम इतना है, जैसे ड्यूरिंग लॉकडाउन वगैरह में भी जैसे अर्पित भाई ने पहले ही बताया, गोल्ड के भाव बढ़ रहे हैं, सिल्वर के भाव बढ़ रहे हैं, हर चीज पेट्रोल 100 के ऊपर चले गया, लेकिन ऐसा कोई चीज अभी कम नहीं हुई यानी. और इतना पेंडेमिक इतना ड्रास्टिकली यानी, जहाँ पे डियर सर ने पहले ही बताया कि अभी अपन बाहर निकलेंगे जब पता चलेगा ये भी चले गया वो भी चले गया. तो ये चीजें कैसे है कि अपन, लेकिन सीए फील्ड मैं तो देख रहा हूँ कि 1.5 साल से इतना टेक्नोलॉजी अपग्रेडेशन हो गया. एक साल पहले हम कुछ भी नहीं थे, ना जानते थे जूम क्या है, ना इतने सारे जो वर्चुअल मोड्स है ये भी नहीं पता था हमें. तो ये चीजें एक साल में कितना चेंजेस आ गया। आज मैं एक मैरिज सेरेमनी में हूँ, यहाँ से अटेंड कर पा रहा हूँ। सर बॉम्बे में है और मेरे साथ में मेरा भी ये जो अभी फर्स्ट टाइम मिला मैं इनसे। तो ये सब चीजें टेक्नोलॉजी बेस्ड, और मैं भी यही चाहता हूँ कि जो चीज इतना टेक्नोलॉजी का ऑपरेशन मेंबर्स कर सकते हैं ड्यूरिंग दिस लॉकडाउन। और जैसे कि अब आप ये भी देख रहे होंगे कि अपने सेमिनार भी जो टाइम टू टाइम चालू कर रहे हैं, और बहुत सारा टाइम बच रहा है, बहुत सारी कॉस्ट बच रही है, और जितना नॉलेज मिलना है अपने को एक वेबिनार से वो पूरा मिल रहा है। सो आवर स्पीकर सर अर्पित जी काबरा has properly converted this issue properly, and it was an eye-catching webinar. And I would request all our members to keep themselves updated with the frequent changes in these statutory laws. So with this word, I would again thanks to our speaker sir for his excellent deliberation. Thanks to Jalgaon chairman CA Prashant Ji Agrawal sir and his entire managing committee for organizing and giving support to us. And I wish all for the better health of all members and their families and nearest and dearest one. I would argue to all the members to complete their vaccination course as soon as possible, keep social distancing, and that's all. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sunil bhai. Now I will request CA Pawan Jaju ji to give the vote of thanks, formal vote of thanks.
I will take last 2 minutes, sir. Last 2 minutes, sir.
Sure.
सर अर्पित सर, आप ऐसे तो
सर आपको तो जरूरत नहीं है सर, लेकिन हमारा काम है सर। कैसे आप सेक्रेटरी हो और फॉर्मल वोट।
Happy World Environment Day. Let's plan it in the interest of environment. Our today's speaker, our own C. Arpit Bhai. Thanks a lot for guiding on more and beyond compliances and insight on opportunity for CAs. Sir, superb networking thoughts. And climax comes after the screenplay. So screenplay is also important, that we have understood. All opportunities in various sectors, like from small to small, like career counseling also. We can develop the opportunities, drafting deeds, tenders, valuation, virtual CFOs and all, etc. Sir, and the story, that was the nice story of Kirana shop as a virtual CFO. That story is really giving new dimensions and directions to our thinking, sir. What we can do from a small thing, small shop, we can do a lot. We can monetize our thinking, our thoughts, our learning. Thanks a lot for guiding us. Thank you very much, Arpit sir. We also thank our past chairman and entire audience from Amravati as well as Jalgaon city for your valuable presence. We also thank Vicky Birla bhai for introducing Arpit sir. We also thank entire branch, Jalgaon branch chairman sir Prashant sir and his entire team for your valuable cooperation, and including Amravati in a joint seminar. We thank all the members present over. With this, we are concluding the session. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Arpit sir.
Thank you very much, Arpit sir. See you soon.
Thank you, sir.
Great.
Thank you, sir.
सुनील जी ने तो वाकई में नेटवर्किंग ले लिया, वहीं पर ही
सर आज एनवायरनमेंट डे भी है।
एग्जांपल ऑफ नेटवर्किंग।
सर एनवायरनमेंट डे भी है तो मतलब वर्चुअल स्क्रीन लगाते हैं, अपना ओरिजिनल लगाओ।
सुपर यार, बहुत बढ़िया सुनील
और
जी,
बहुत अच्छा ऑक्सीजन मिल गया सर यहाँ पे।
अर्पित सर अभी फिजिकली जल्दी मिलना पड़ेगा सर, अभी जल्दी।
मजा आ जाएगा। धमाल होगा।
अर्पित सर कब प्लान बना रहे बताइए सर।
देखो यार, अभी तो खोल देंगे।
अभी सर हम ये भी सोच रहे हैं कि आरआरसी कंबाइन लेना, तो उसमें अर्पित सर को ही बुला लेंगे उधर।
तो आना ही पड़ेगा अर्पित सर, बुला लेंगे।
ओके सर।
Yes.
Sir, should I conclude the meeting?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.